Hello, everyone. Y'all just give me a second. For anybody who is here or who will see this, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how I can send the link and click the chat. All right. Let me see. How can I send this link? Maybe if I hit new layout. All right. All right. Jack, when you in here, let me know. When you in here, can you type in the chat and let me know? I'm coming back on camera, but I'm just trying to see how I can send you this link. Live view comments. Oh, okay. Private chat and banners. Girl, hold on. I'm about to figure this out. How I can send you this link, Sean. Hold on. It says, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Okay, boom. I think I see it. All right. Now, guest on stream. It says to their own destinations. I think I'm gonna send a link to your email, TJ. I don't know if y'all in here or if y'all can see me. Let me see. Child, I might as well play my song, child. Wow. Okay, I see where I can send the link, and I'm thinking that I'm just gonna send it via Gmail. Yep, that's what we gonna do, honey. We gonna play. Cause see, I'm not monetized, honey, so I can do whatever I want. I can play whatever I want, and I want to hear worse. That's what I want to hear right now. I want to hear worse. It's so fitting with these people that just like want to try to bring my sis down. You just don't know what God got going on. You can't get in between, baby. You can't see that by now. Respectfully, love you, but you might as well just sit back and watch God work. You might as well sit back and watch God work. Oh, it's just so beautiful to watch God work. And I'm just so happy and proud of Jag. I really am. It's a beautiful thing to see somebody standing before thousands knowing that they got God. They got God. God is for me. Who can be against me? That's what I'm proud of. That's what I love seeing because I know that feeling. And it's beautiful that she's not standing alone no more. She got TJ standing with her. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see God work. All right, I'm waiting on you, Jack. And when you get in the chat, if you don't mind, just putting a comment saying here, because I think that I'm just sending you the link via email. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send an email to you. While I'm doing that, for anyone that would be viewing this video, this is my favorite song. One of my favorites. I can't say which one is my favorite because self love is one of the like, ooh, that's one of my favorites. But This one of the top 5 for sure. This one of the top 5. And I don't even think people know about this song, but it's one of the top 5. Is she in here yet? All right, now here we go. Yes, sir. It's one of my favorites. All right, and I'll play that while I'm getting this link out. Y'all gotta hear that, child. I got to pause it because I need y'all to hear that. You hear that move, right? I think it's fun. You swear I can see, you wanna see. I don't think it's fun. You swear you're getting over on me. Why you getting over on me? I think it's fun. Oh, you swear I ain't getting over on my nigga behind my back. All them haters, whoever the mole is, do your worst. Whoever the mole is, do your worst. Whoever hating behind her back, do your worst. Do your worst, baby. So why don't you just realize don't get to hit you. All right. Think it's fun. You swear I can see, you wanna see. Yeah. And I think it's fun. You swear you're getting over. Can you see this? I think it's fun. Oh, Lord. You swear you're doing it behind my back. And what's funny now is I see it all in the laugh. So why? I'm about to copy and paste it. Don't you just realize Do your worst, baby. That's on purpose for the haters. Do your worst, baby. But look at the race. Do your worst, baby. Hold on. If you did enough to make the papers, do your worst, baby. We'll settle up later. We'll set it up later, haters. I don't understand how I can tell you what it takes to make me happy. And for some reason why you only seem to do what makes me crazy. Oh. How many times do I got to tell you that I see all you do? But that don't seem to make a difference, baby. When it comes to all those bitches you screw. Don't you see that you can't break me down? Hey. Do your worst, baby. Make sure it's your baby. Do your worst, baby. Damn it, make sure it's your baby. Do your worst, baby. Sure it's the front page of the paper. Better make the front page, bitch. Do your worst. We'll stand later. I try to be all that you needed. Oh, I tried. I gave up me. I said that I tried. What y'all hating on? What y'all hating on, bro? What? That's a hell of a voice. That's a hell of a voice. I'm gonna bring you back up. Every time they try to bring you down, I'm gonna bring you back up. Every time they try to bring you down, I'm gonna remind you who you are. I'm gonna remind who you are. This who you is. This is why y'all can't stand. You can't help that blessing. That blessing is God given, baby. You can't take that. You can take what you can lie, you can steal, you can cheat, but you can't take what God made. right, let me see now. You can't go back to that word. Come on, baby. I can take anything that you dish out to me. Come on. Baby, I'm stuck on it. You'll never see. Come on. Come on. I said, come on. Come on. Watch God work. I said, do it. I said, do That's what y'all hating on, baby. I don't understand. Y'all did not do this. Oh, she here. My bad. My bad. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Okay. Fine. Fucking good. It'll try. Yeah, gonna text me.
Can y'all hear me? Hello? Jag, TJ?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
Hey, how are y'all?
All right, and you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You was over here jamming, girl.
Yes, that's one of my favorites, and I feel like that is so suitable for today. The way that you know what I'm saying, the enemies was coming at y'all like left and right, and how everything went, and it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. You know what I'm saying? Because TJ, you even stronger than that. Even though I feel like, I understand that this is like, what I'm saying, you new to this and it kind of wasn't even supposed to go like this. You know what I mean? This is kind of like,
Exactly.
yeah, you know what I mean? This is kind of like a spontaneous thing, which makes it even more beautiful. But like when they get in the comments to try to throw you off, they thought it was gonna go a whole different way. They thought that y'all they could, you know, break y'all apart or make y'all fight. In the way that y'all dealt with it and did it on camera, people cannot do that. And it ain't nothing disrespectful because people cannot do that shit. And they're gonna keep trying, but you do your worst, baby. But make sure you do your best. I was like, do they even know? Like, did y'all? I know you heard it because you sung it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But did they hear all them notes and keys that you was hitting, all the precision, all the girl?
You want to know what's even funnier about that record?
Yeah, what?
That lead vocal, I did it
Yeah,
in one take.
I believe it. I believe that with no problem. I believe that.
It was a
Y'all,
magical session. It was a magical
yeah,
session, and Larry Gold did such an amazing job with some really just like great house players from the Philadelphia Philharmonic group, and it was a blessing. But at the end of the day, you know that the title of the song is really what life is all about. Do your worst, man. Make sure it's
right,
your best.
right. And I
Make
feel
sure
like
it's
it
your best.
applies in every situation with everybody. It really does. And when Drake came out with Worst Behavior, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I wonder sometimes. I wonder if he heard that song or if he knew that song. That song is deep, and that song was out before Worst Behavior. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So but I did. Originally I wanted to even like go in a different direction because of everything that happened. Last week and after the interview. But I
Yeah.
do have to say, like with everything that happened today, I really want to touch on that a little bit
Oh,
because
absolutely.
yeah, because I'm sitting here like I got off work. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Um, Sorry about that, y'all. But where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So darn, what was I saying? I was talking about earlier and how okay, yes, I know what I was saying. I said that I want to touch on it a little bit. Like I can't, move forward until I touch on today because it was just so much. And I was just getting off work and I was watching, your live first, and then like I saw Night and Day was live. So I was trying to
Mhm.
like watch both of them at the same time so that I would be well informed. But it was just really like, man, it's better than the TV show. It's better than you know what I mean? And that's like, I'm so proud and happy with some of the people who have decided to like, stop being negative and stop trying to tear you down or stop trying to, I'm really happy to see that. I really am because, you deserve your fair shot with everyone. But I just feel like it's so many people who don't really know who you are. I feel like it's so many people who just, sometimes are in these chats and they literally believe in whatever is being said. They may not even know. Just like you were saying that the doctor didn't know that you were really you. Like
Yeah.
I sometimes I feel like they think that she's just somebody who like never really had a record deal and really doesn't have a voice. And do they think like that she's just like a regular person claiming to be something she's not? Because that's what it's giving sometimes. Like all the tomatoes that I saw in the chat. I didn't see the chat from the live that y'all did on your channel, but I
Hmm.
could tell that they were bringing his name up to try to bother TJ. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I was just agreeing with you.
Yes, yes. And I just really like the way y'all both handled it because in any other situation, the other party, not only, you, Jag, being fearless, but she is being fearless as well with you. She is being fearless as well. And, you have been in the spotlight your whole life. And
Yeah.
something that you said that really hit me was when you said that, you know, your life has been like this your whole life. People have never really understood you. And like, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you got a good heart and you got good intentions. And it's like you putting your truth out there and it's not there because most people are not even that vulnerable. But you putting your truth out there, TJ, you putting your truth out there, and they still try to flip what's right in their face. So I can imagine how frustrating that could be. So when you said the only way that there is nowhere to hide, or the only way that you can like show the truth, the only way the truth can truly come out is if they see everything. I knew exactly what you meant. I think that's brilliant. I think that God told you that. You know, I think that that was a divine, you know, message that came through you, because I'm dealing with the same thing. Like, I want to have a transparent channel as well. I
Right.
think it's beautiful, and I think that's the perfect way. To be honest with you, that is one of the reasons why I did want to go ahead and start my channel and vlog, because I got tired of hearing, you know, something that I may have done or said with good intentions be flipped.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I cannot run all of these people down and say, hey, this person lying on me because they were mad at me that day. Or, hey, this person lying on me because they just like to fuck with me and they just like to try to make people not like me. I can't run the whole world down doing that. But what I can do is be myself and show people who I really am, without, rather than trying to, you know, debunk all any lies. And this is small stuff. You know what I mean? This is just like, compared to your situation, this is small stuff because it's just my family or friends or whatever. But
Yeah.
to do it on a platform with thousands, with millions of people watching, you know, your interviews and your videos and everything, that takes a lot. And when you said that the perfect, you said not only the liars, but then when they get a platform off of it and they have to double down on their lies.
Yeah.
That was me too, because that's facts. So how do y'all feel after, you know, everything? How do y'all feel? I'm proud of y'all, but how do y'all feel about it now?
I mean, I think we're great. It's so interesting because now they found a new lie. Uh, and the new lie, what is it, baby?
That you call CPS on Aisha.
Oh yeah, they're now saying that I called CPS on Naisha, which is totally untrue. Totally untrue. Um, I think they were just trying to find another way to double down on villainizing me because of how bad they look for the DV story that they invented. Um, and you know, it's just sad, you know, because first things first, me and Teacher virtually always together. Um, whatever comms we have, whatever communication devices we have, we share openly and equally. There's absolutely no way in the world that that could be traced back to our numbers. There's no phone record. More importantly, if I did that, TJ would leave me immediately. Like, she'd hitchhike away from me if I called CPS, and not because, um, not to defend Naisha, but because of what it would put the kids through. And TJ loves her children. Period. Whether she's in the house with them or supporting them here from Dallas. She talks to those kids every day, pretty much. You know, they text throughout the day. You know, it's just so funny to, I guess, because of the whole Tasha K scenario, they think it's believable.
Right.
Um, but there's no way in the world I could do something like that and me and TJ would survive it. No way.
Yeah.
Am I
Could you
wrong,
hear
babe?
me?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm gonna sit and let you call
Right.
CPS on my kids.
No.
Fuck around.
Even if you
Yeah.
didn't let me,
Well,
the
yeah.
second that you found out, you'd be out of here.
Yeah,
But maybe that's what they're counting on.
Right.
they are.
you know,
And they know everybody know I stay in the comments. So now they know the troll in the comments too.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, they want to try to use that, but you
and I'm
peep
just
game real
like,
quick, so it's
no, but it's not even game. You know what I mean? Game is watching somebody's content and stealing it and putting it up on a platform and getting 7,000 views before the person who actually did it could.
Mm-hmm.
that's game. Facts.
That's game.
Yeah,
This is malicious.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
This is malicious
Yeah, when I was
because
saying she peep game, I mean, like, you know, with the people being malicious, even in the comments, I was saying TJ peep game quick because even though it
yeah.
started affecting her, she quickly saw what they were trying to do and pivoted, you know, and adjusted. But I see what
Well,
you're saying too. That's game,
she's
like for real.
learning. She's
Right,
learning and
right.
she's learning fast. And the one thing that I told TJ all along, at first, when it first happens to you, when the whole YouTube beef sector, which is now mostly the Jaguar Wright sector, when that comes at you full force, it's overwhelming. And you're
Yeah,
forced to look at yourself in a completely different light. But once you get over the initial shock, like I told her, at the end of the day, it's data. It's data. It lets you know who your enemies are, who your allies are, who's on the fence. You
right.
pay
They
attention to
show you.
comments. You pay attention to the things that they write. Speech patterns don't change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't.
You know, there's about 15 of the consistent trolls. I honestly believe 15 of them aren't 15 people. I believe it's about two or three.
Absolutely. And I was just
Um,
about to say that
yeah,
you can see a avatar and read what they're saying to be able to tell who they are. Which I'm glad you brought that up because I do want to touch on this because
hmm
I told you that I feel like Mama Lisa is Shauna Lewis. Okay,
I
I'm
know.
gonna break down to you the way that the reason why I feel that way because someone said that they did a panel together, which I never saw that, right? But the
Right.
reason why I feel like that is because the day that you came on there when they were
Yeah.
clowning TJ, trying to talk about her hair and everything, whatever, when
Yeah.
they were doing all of that stuff, that lady got real comfortable. She started getting real comfortable towards the end before she got called out. And you can tell from her speech patterns, you can tell from the words that she knows about, the
Yeah.
things that she says, that she's not who she's claiming to be. And how do we know?
Yeah.
Shauna Lewis probably really not Shauna Lewis' name in the first place. I don't ever remember seeing a photo of her. And if a photo of her was shown, then I'd never seen a photo of Mama Lewis. I
Oh
mean,
no,
yeah,
she
Mama
cammed
Lewis.
up. She did cam up and she was showing everybody how she had cancer and her bald head and the stent in her chest. But Mama Lisa is still never cammed up.
That's what I was
Um,
just about to say. Did Mama
yeah.
Lisa cam up? And if Mama Lisa cammed up, I don't want her to be wearing a wig or glasses or in the dark. No, if they're gonna
Yeah.
do a panel together, then do the panel like this and cam up with Mama Lisa and Shauna Lewis. Then I
Right.
would come and give y'all a public apology. But until then, absolutely not. Because I feel like Shauna Lewis knows that she can't do certain things because people have put her on game and let her know that it's going to be clear that you're the one stalking Jag because she didn't even know you existed. So
Period.
she can't continue to harass you because she's trying to make some type of a case. And she knows
Right.
that there's going to be data to show that she's still stalking you. And I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? With love, Shauna Lewis, I don't pray anything bad happens to you. I just pray that you feel conviction because, especially, I'm glad that you have survived in Jesus' name cancer, and you will live and not die and declare the work of the Lord in Jesus' name. But it's not right if you are Mama Lewis or 10 other people that don't go on panels but just throw tomatoes in the comments or text or type in the comments. It's not right because Jag is strong, but everybody is not as strong as Jag. And y'all messing with people's mental health.
Yeah.
Y'all are messing with people's mental health. If Jag is chosen and is able to handle and withstand so much, TJ, and I can see TJ that you have that same spirit. And I know that y'all were brought together for a reason. I know that this whole situation period is divine because I felt it when you were on night and day, and when you were talking, I felt the spirit. Even when you were praying and the phone died and you said, interesting. I was like, I talk to God like that too, sis. I do. Were
Well,
you gonna say something?
um, yeah, I wanted to just touch back to the whole Shauna Lewis is one of the most interesting characters I've met on I can't say I've met because I've never met the woman. I don't know the woman.
Right.
Um, but I've ever seen, or should I say viewed
Yeah, you.
on YouTube. Because of the way she literally invented stories to attach herself to me
Yep.
um
Yep.
as a victim.
Yep.
And that's why when we did the live yesterday, wasn't it yesterday, baby?
Yeah, y'all was
um
live. Yeah, y'all wasn't. Yeah, I think y'all was live yesterday.
yeah, and we were just like, what do you hate me for? Like, do you even know why you hate me? Which kind of lets me know that there's a bigger plan behind all of this.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to believe that I have extremely powerful enemies that will do anything
Hmm.
um, to stop me.
Yeah.
Because the truth is I'm a force.
Yeah. That's
I've
fact.
always been a force. There's nothing new about that. My energy,
That's what I was
it
about to
ex-
say.
it expands
Certain-
and it travels.
Yep.
So it's
And it's powerful.
yeah. And
Powerful. It
the
affects the masses. But go ahead.
the more I lean into God, the stronger it becomes,
Hmm. I feel that
which is
too.
why I know that a lot of these troll accounts that exist specifically to troll me are being paid.
Hmm.
They're being paid. Period.
Hmm.
The attacks are too coordinated.
Yep.
They're too coordinated. Um, the
Who
way
you
they
think they're being paid
operate.
by?
Not gonna say yet because when
Yeah.
I do say, I
Yeah.
want to be able to give an exact name.
Got you.
I
I
don't think
I was
I
thinking
don't
about
think
that.
I have to say anything for anybody to guess which organizations it's coming from.
Right.
But the
I thought about that
two
yesterday.
organizations that I'm the biggest threat to is
Hmm.
Rock Nation and
Hmm.
Revolt TV.
Hmm. Hmm. And we can
And
leave it right there.
yeah, and no, but when I made the announcement that Philadelphia TV and the Keep It a Bean podcast was literally going to challenge the Drink Champs platform,
Hmm.
and that we were officially going in competition with them, that we were going to beat their numbers. That's what we were aiming for. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, I'm in a psych ward,
Yeah.
proving I'm sane.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like that was planned. That was
the fact
so.
that I have very good reason to believe, because of intel that I have, that my husband literally sold my passwords to my network, or the fact that I think we figured out who his new girlfriend is
Hmm.
because she's been online heckling me and TJ.
Yeah. Can I
Um,
say something real quick about that?
yeah,
Because that was another thing. I'm glad you said that because we like I have heard you talk a lot about PTSD, which is very real because I experienced it. I know what you mean and how you feel,
yeah,
right? And I kind of felt like today, with the girl in the chat and everything, like it hurt me to see the other lady who I'm not saying her name, but the other lady who came in on your interview, right? And wanted to make herself be known and wanted to
yeah,
speak to you and everything. I felt PTSD from that. I got upset about that. So I want to know, how did you feel? Because I felt like a certain way when the lady kept commenting, and I wasn't watching live. I was only watching the replay, and it made me think about, PTSD, and it's like, how do you manage that? How do you manage trusting people with as many people that have betrayed you? How do you manage continuing to trust people, continuing to keep your heart open like your heart is with TJ, and dealing with situations that kind of seem like a possible repeat of something that happened? How do you deal with all of that? Because I felt the way.
My granddaddy, David Wright Sr.,
Hmm.
gave me awesome advice before he passed away in 1986. He always said, upon waking in the morning, we all have a choice to be a devil or an angel. Choose wisely.
Hmm.
Trust all human beings to be human, capable of the same amounts of good as they are evil. So when you're looking at any human being from that manner, you learn that you got to clean slate everybody.
Yeah.
You have to clean slate everybody and then let them earn,
Your trust.
you know, their reputation with you, whatever that may be. I'm
Yeah.
never surprised when people betray me anymore.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm always pleasantly surprised when they don't.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because, just listening to Teach earlier when we stopped by Night and Day after our live,
Hmm.
um, and she was saying how I get over it so much faster, than she does or whatever. And
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I remember a time when I didn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember a time when it was helter skelter. But now I have a much different understanding of what life is and what my role is and what I am.
Yeah.
Because I am an avid follower of Jesus Christ.
You know.
Um, when I read his story,
Hmm.
he was hated on by almost everybody he knew.
Hmm.
It was the people whose lives he touched that held him up. But the
Right.
people that were closest to him were terrible.
They all turned on him.
They were terrible.
Hmm.
So it's like, if you're really going to follow that, you have to pretty much just walk through life in a constant state of forgiveness.
Right.
Being ready to forgive, being ready to be forgiven and being willing to forgive
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, when Peter asked Jesus, how many times do I have to forgive my brother? And he said 77 times 7,
Yeah.
which he was just being honestly a smart ass.
Right. Right.
Because
Basically,
if you,
yeah, for eternity, you have to forgive your
you
brother.
know what I mean? Like, I just
Yep.
try to stay there. Like, even baby will say to me sometimes, we'll be talking, and it'll be about someone who's been a little, treacherous or wrong, and or someone that's wronged me. And she was like, how can you just, how do you just forgive?
Yeah. I was
Just like that.
thinking that. Yeah.
Just like that. I
At
forgive.
first, right. And at first, when I first saw that, at first I didn't understand it, right? So at first I felt like, because I do the same thing. Like, I people tell me all the time that I forgive too easy. And at first when I saw it, I was like, and I'm not talking about one particular person. I'm talking about how you can be nice to anyone. You can forgive anyone. I'm not
If
talking
you
about
choose
I'm talking
to.
about even all the way back in the past, when it was content creators. To be honest with you, King Paint and Sean Davy Way, at first y'all didn't start off as friends first. It changed into that. It started off as something different. So, and I'm just using them for an example because that was back 3 years ago, just in case somebody see this and they have only been watching for
Yeah.
6 months. You forgave them. You can forgive your enemy, and not only forgive your enemy, but love them and give them a clean slate. And that is something that I think is, honorable and beautiful. And I do that as well. And I feel like the strength in that is that, we don't hold grudges. And I think God is pleased with that. But sometimes I'm afraid of that because it's like I don't want to keep getting used or look stupid or keep getting played. And I don't mean for any money. I'm talking about my energy. My
Well,
energy.
there's a line. There is a line. There's a line where loyalty ends and foolishness begins.
Yeah,
There's a line.
it's gotta
And
be.
once they cross that line, you just change your mode of operation. Like, honestly, like, even all of the crazy stuff that's going on with my so-called family,
Mhm,
and so-called friends,
mhm. I understand.
if they didn't if they didn't bring themselves to the forefront
Mhm,
and start jumping from panel to panel,
mhm,
there would be no issue.
mhm. They
And
brought themselves to the forefront, and then
absolutely, but it's deeper than
they,
that.
yeah, I'll
It's
never
deeper than
forget.
that because all of them worked together to have my bond revoked so I could be arrested.
Right, and that was
And now the
crazy.
trail is there. Now the
Right,
trail is there, the evidence is there, and they're all starting to trip up over their words. So it's
right.
like,
While you were
you know,
away, I don't know if you saw this, so I just want to throw this in here really quick.
what?
While you were away, I was paying attention to the lady, very, 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 very closely. And at one point
Which
when she
lady?
Genesis, at one point
Oh,
when
Peter
she was
Griffin?
explaining, yeah,
Yeah.
at one point when she was explaining, like, what happened, she said that she kept calling and calling. And at first they were saying it was nothing. And she said she continued to call. And then finally they said that they got something. So that, and I will go find that video and I will show you the timestamp. If it was on World News, I hope it was on the new one and not the old channel because his channels have changed since she was locked up. But I want to send it to you. I'm not gonna repeat nothing to you that I didn't hear for sure. That
I
was
know.
said. And so I was thinking to myself, so you keep trying to tell people that it's a warrant on her, but ma'am, you called and called and called. And it's not okay to try to control fate. Somebody's fate should not be in your hand. So it is never okay. I don't care what you say, what you do. It is never okay to try to control somebody's fate. And I have seen so many people sit there and try to get you locked up. And they try to say, oh, you're a narcissist. To be honest with you, I look at you as an empath. And for
Well,
some of the very reasons that I was just talking about you forgiving so well and giving people a clean slate, narcs don't do that. And
I know.
right, if anything, narcs are the type of people who want to control somebody's future and fate, like having them put in jail, trying to speak that negativity on them. And in Jesus' name, you or me will never be back in jail or go back to jail, prison, or any type of confinement
Well,
ever again. In Jesus'
at the
name.
end of the day,
Or TJ. TJ, I'm sorry, baby.
at the end of the day, I could care less about being in jail at this point. Um, some of the most remarkable writings that went into the Bible were penned in jail.
Right,
Period.
right.
The book of Revelations was written on the Isle of Patmos,
Mm-hmm.
which was an island that was a prison, just like Alcatraz.
Mm,
That's
mm.
where God came
Yeah,
and blessed the apostle with that vision to write the book.
yeah. When he was in jail,
Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Actually, a lot of the apostles, after Jesus was murdered, they say, I'm sorry, after he was inward, unalived.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not monetized. We can do what we want.
Okay. But after that, he all of his followers were constantly being arrested and jailed for telling the truth about the resurrection, for telling the truth about his supernatural, state while he was here and all that they, he taught them and everything that they
Yeah,
learned. And they kept arresting them over and over again, over and over again. So a lot of the New Testament was written in jail.
yeah. Mm.
And,
I didn't.
it says in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the New Testament, that those who truly believe will be persecuted, and we should expect it.
Yeah, we gonna all have our cross to bear.
So the truth is, at the end of the day, if you know you're telling the truth, if you know you're doing the right thing, if you know that you're standing for what's right in this day and age,
Yep.
if you're not being arrested, you're not doing enough.
Right. And you on the
If
right
you're
side
not
of it.
being jailed for telling the truth, you're not doing enough.
Right. Because it's supposed to disturb you. The truth is supposed to shake the enemy. And he will try to,
Period.
that energy will try to attack. But we already won. And I truly believe that. Like, it's just so beautiful to watch what God doing. From that time where I was just now realizing, like, because at one point, you know, I never hated Gerald. I never hated him. I didn't know this part of him until like the end. And the only way that I knew it, and the only reason why I knew it, because I experienced it before. And I remember that feeling of feeling like somebody loved me, like I loved them, and watching them do things that shocked me. Watching them do things that shocked me because I would never do that to them. No matter what crap you talk to each other. You know, it's certain things that I was just like, dang, like this person, I never would have thought. So we're not gonna stay on that, but I'm
Fear,
just no.
fear is a powerful motivator.
Yeah, I remember you said that the other day. And
It's
it
a
makes you
powerful motivator.
yeah.
He should be afraid of me. He shouldn't want to be anywhere near me
But he
because
was
I'm
telling
pressing
people that
charges
he was
against him
afraid
for
he was gonna
everything he
kill
did.
too. Right.
You want to know what's even more interesting?
Mm.
The Danny Boobleson person, she
Yeah.
actually was running a reel of photos, negative photos of me and Tej, and she actually put up the picture that made it to Twitter that the Dirty Nikki and my husband released of me giving him fellatio. She actually reposted that again. Yeah.
Yo, that's wrong. That's wrong.
No, she was doing it to get a reaction
It
out
is
of me.
wrong.
She was doing it to get a reaction out of me, and it's
Because
perfectly fine.
they try to hurt you. And I
It's
know
listen to me. I
Yeah.
have nothing to be ashamed of. I was being a wife to my husband. Are any of them married? I doubt it.
Come on.
Where would they have time for
was why-
relationships? They spend too
That's
much
what
time online.
That's where the hatred was driven from, I feel like. And you know, I told you before, I was watching Philadelphia. Philadelphia was the shit, bro. Is the shit.
It's
The content that I saw,
and all of that is going to come back. All of that is going to be there. All of that is going to be present.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying it is. I saw the interviews that you did when you interviewed, you know, Solar and Shaka. I saw a video where you and I don't want to say his name on here out of respect for TJ, but y'all was sitting at the bar talking, and you were talking about how I can do whatever I want on my app. You know, I saw that. I saw a beautiful performance that you did when that guy came up there and started rapping with you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I saw the other performances. That performance was like, I was like, dang, it feel like back in the day. So I'm saying and bringing all of that up because, you know, people hear, oh, Philadelphia ain't this or that, then they won't even take the time to go speak for themselves.
Well, the thing is, everyone that has something negative to say about Philadelphia, they're being paid to say something negative about Philadelphia, which is how I know they're being ran by someone else, because these people online that are talking about the channel have nothing to gain by denouncing or defaming my channel. Right. See, if you really want to figure out who's out to get you, look at who stands to gain from your fall.
From getting you, exactly. Who stands to win from this?
It's none of these little struggle channel people.
Right. It's not.
With all of their bots and AI, like the Job for 9 person.
I was just about to bring her up.
That person goes from the rotted root to the boo-boo son to the incoming outgoing channel, gifting memberships every live.
Yep. I'm glad you brought her up. Now,
And
Jazz,
who are you gifting? Who are
right?
these avatars? I don't believe they're
That's what
gifting anyone. I think all they're doing is putting the memberships in so they have a way to put in more bots and more bots and more bots and more bots. When
now
I get
tell
to the
me this.
bottom of all of this, huh?
You may not have seen this because you guys were out at this time, but it was the time when you had called in and she put you on the screen and you were out with the catfish crew and everything. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that night that was dope too. But I peeped something that night. First thing I peeped was when she came on there and she said, "Well, coming from the smartest, well, the person who thinks they're the smartest here." And I'm like, y'all see that clear as day. That lady thinks she's the smartest person there. That tells you something. And second of all, let's just be honest. I don't have nothing against no race at all whatsoever, but we gotta get real with it. She's a Caucasian lady who does not put her picture or nothing up, and she goes to people's channels on a mission to bring down a black woman. And y'all sit up there and y'all let that lady pay you to tap dance for her. That lady gives suggestions. That lady send y'all videos that she wants y'all to see from years ago. That lady on a mission to bring down a black woman. You gonna sit up there and let her sit on your channel after she told you that she's smarter than you. And y'all, I know I don't even watch enough, but y'all know there's something in your soul. Anybody who have her on their channel, anybody who have ever took money from jobs and suggestions and videos to show about Jag, something made you not feel right at one point. I don't give
No,
a
because
fuck.
I believe that jobs for nine. I'm starting to suss out her voice, and I think I remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that
Um
yeah, something did happen in the past,
no, no,
right?
no. I listen to me. The dialect, she
Mhm,
used to live in New York, but now she lives in LA.
mhm. Okay,
I believe she used to work for Clive Davis or still does.
okay,
Um I'm trying to remember,
yeah. It's
but
been
I have a really great memory, but I recognize her voice.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what's even more interesting is that this person is literally online. She goes from the one panel to the other panel to the other panel, and they're all doing lives anywhere from 2.5 to 7 hours. She's literally online all day, hunting me and talking about me. Now,
Exactly.
there's only 24 hours in a day. If you're spending 12 of it online talking about me, gifting memberships, going from panel to panel on the normal channels that you go on, and then follow me around in chats to all of the other places that I pop up,
That's a lot of keeping up because I get lost a lot.
this woman is spending anywhere from 10 to 15 hours a
18,
day hunting me down. And I'm going to tell
10
you this
hours.
right now. As a white woman, there's no way she's not being paid.
No fucking way.
There
And
is
it's
no way.
you're literally tap dancing.
You could be the
After
biggest
you
Karen in the world. There is no way a white woman would spend that much time hunting down a black woman.
her name is Jobs for Nine.
Yeah.
I can't even Jobs for Nine. And this woman don't show her face. She goes to other people's channel. And then she said out loud, she's the smartest person in the room.
And guess what?
With 3,000
None
people in
of
your
those black bitches corrected her.
nobody. When I said something about it, it was ignored. And I'm like,
You
no
want to
matter
know what's
what
funny?
we got going on, y'all should not allow that. No matter what we
Listen
got
to
going
me.
on.
When black women sit back and let a Caucasian woman
Yes.
put them under her foot
Yep.
and step on their necks to try to steal on one of your own, you're
Come
not
on.
black. You're a
No.
coon.
Right. You
You're a
can't be that desperate.
coon.
You can't be that desperate.
Period.
Like, come on. Like,
Coon.
straight
And
cool.
meanwhile, all these little simple black idiots
Exactly.
are bowing down to her.
Yep. And when I
Now,
said
don't
it,
get me
it got
wrong.
quiet.
I'm not racist,
Me
but I'm
either.
pro-black.
Right. I'm pro-black.
I have
And
no
that's the
problem
thing.
with treating my Caucasian brothers and sisters like equals. But the second that you try to make it seem like You above me, I'ma snatch your motherfucking unmelanated ass down.
Period.
Because you came from me. You came from me. I didn't come from you.
Exactly.
You came from the Caucasus Mountains.
Period.
Out of exile.
Exactly.
Deprived of all of this beautiful melanin.
Yes. And it's like, how could y'all not see this? That is crazy to me.
Well, because they're being paid.
Right. They tap dancing. And it's
they're being paid.
Sad. It's so
they're
sad.
being paid.
I see it.
But I believe that she is the orchestrator behind this troll farm.
Absolutely.
And her voice sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Like the more I hear her, I really do believe she used to work for Clive Davis. You can listen to her dialect. You can hear a little New York in there, but you can hear a lot of LA.
Yeah. And it's like, dang, everybody got quiet when I brought it up, right? And then later on, she was like, Jobs is good, but even Jobs got quiet. Jobs felt conviction. She felt that conviction. After the day later, because I wanted to go up there and see if she was going to get back on the panel, still pop shit. Like she wasn't, like, I saw her for who she was in that moment. And she got on there and she was a little bit more quiet. She wasn't talking as much. And she sent her $100 or whatever. And it's just like that. That's why you letting her do this? To send you money? You letting her tell down another sister to send you money? Like you've never been in a situation where a Karen or anybody that came after you and said, I'm smart.
Sweetheart, there's a cold, dark place in hell.
Like that for centuries. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There is a cold, dark place in hell.
Period.
Tucked off in the freezer.
Yes.
Of the underbelly of Satan.
Right.
The black women who do shit like that.
Y'all to be ashamed.
Well, listen to me. Clearly, they have no shame. When you sit around lying on another human being all day that you've never met, that you do not know, lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie,
right,
for hours. Right now, between just those 3 accounts, we have 250 hours logged of pure slander, defamation, and hate.
Yep. That's crazy.
And, you know, my baby learned a new skill today. It was so sexy to watch.
It was dope. It was nice to watch.
No. I'm talking about off camera.
Oh, okay. Because I saw her when I say it was nice to watch, I just feel like anybody else would have crumbled in that moment, got into it, and got off live. But you know, she could have got up and walked out or whatever. She could have started popping at you. You could have talked about the thing that you felt like she didn't want to talk about offline. You could have said that because she hurt your feelings or she felt like she hurt your feelings. But when I heard you say, if I wasn't smart or if I didn't know what the situation was, I would be offended by that. I knew exactly where you was coming from. I knew exactly how you felt. And I'm so glad that you saw it in that moment. And I feel like then she caught it in that moment. And it's no putting y'all under, no getting in between y'all, period. And that was just beautiful to watch. A lot of people crumble because they let their egos get in the way. But I saw you drop your ego in that moment just to get her attention and let her know what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, like with your partner, sometimes your partner might not see something is going on, and you tap them and let them know, hey, this is what they're trying to do without saying it. Like when you was like, look, we just had an inside joke on camera. I wanted to know what it was. I was like,
blueberry pancake gate.
What is that?
We're gonna talk about it on coffee.
Okay, and
but you know, yeah.
I went on there. How do I pay?
Well, listen to me. We'll talk about that. We'll send you the link. Tej will walk you through. She's becoming a pro.
Yeah,
she's becoming a pro over there, and it's awesome because that's one of the things that I learned of my baby. Oh my God, I'm so proud. Yeah, she's sitting here stuffing her face with dinner.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But no, my baby learned how to do copyright strikes on channels today.
Bad. TJ, bad. That's what's up. That's what's
Oh
up.
my God. I'm
That's
sitting there
what's
looking at
up.
her. I'm
That's
looking
what's
at her
up.
and she like,
That's yeah. That's what's
and I'm
up.
like, yeah, baby, go get
We
your
gonna figure
digital
it out.
looks
We gonna
in.
figure it out, girl. We gonna figure it out. That's how I feel too. Like I'm gonna figure it out. You know, it's a lot to figure out, but I'm gonna.
Oh
But
no, honey, you don't have to worry about it. Just call us later. She'll teach
yep.
you.
You know it. You know it.
Bob Marley is amazing. Each one teach one.
Right. Each one teach one.
But to
Period.
comment on what you were saying about the way we work through what we work through on camera today,
Yeah.
Sade has a song, and it was the title of one of her projects. Love is stronger than pride. Period.
Yeah. That's what's up, and it is.
True love
is stronger than pride.
is stronger than pride.
Yep.
Because when you truly love someone, anger is not your first reaction.
Right.
Love is
Because
patient. Love is kind.
hurt, right?
Love is patient. Love is kind.
Right.
Love is not boastful. It is not loud. Love believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, perseveres all things. Love never fails.
Facts. And it never returns to you void.
When I was a child, I spake as a child. I behaved as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things.
Come on.
That's love.
That's real.
It's love. And, you know, I know people they got their bets in on what's going to happen to me and TJ. They can bet. It's funny because we're not betting.
Right. I'm not worried either.
We're not betting.
Yeah.
We decided from the second that we were going to go for this and give it a try. One day at a time.
Period.
And whatever yesterday was, that was yesterday.
Exactly.
And we wake up today with a fresh attitude.
Yeah.
And even if we go to bed not okay,
yeah,
I don't think we've ever gone to bed angry.
Yeah.
We've gone to bed disappointed before.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever gone to bed mad.
No. And you wake up to a new day anyway. You wake up to a new day.
Yeah.
And positive.
And you know, people also have to understand the closeness that we have between us. We owe to our haters and our adversaries.
Yeah.
We do.
What do you mean by that?
They made us realize the value of us before we even knew what it was.
Facts.
So
Facts.
It's almost as if I have to be grateful for the challenge, because when you're with someone in a relationship,
yeah,
it's the challenges that bring you closer together and make you stronger.
Right.
And every hurdle that you get over, it makes you stronger in that race.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a normal relationship, it would be like a year and a half's worth of time to get the amount of drama we've gone through in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to realize from the second that it was confirmed that we were involved romantically, it has been nonstop trouble every day, every day.
As soon as they found out her name, as soon as they saw a picture, they were automatically scratch her, trying to hurry up and push her away before y'all fell in love. That's what I felt like it was.
They want me alone and they want me isolated because they honestly believe it'll make it easier to get rid of me.
Yes, that's what they think. They want you alone. And that, it feels so. Oh, I'm glad that I just thought about this. One of the most disgusting things I ever heard somebody say is that you are predatory. That was one of the most disgusting things that I heard. And it was so crazy and hypocritical that someone who literally preys on you every day called you a predator. That was the most disgusting thing. And I really want to hold the mirror up to that person right now, because you're predatory. You're the predator. You're the predator. You're preying on her.
Can I be honest? Yes. Can I be absolutely honest?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to sound really cocky,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really like being in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like being single.
Yeah. I learned that about myself too.
Um, I mean, I can ask Teach.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while, didn't it, to settle in and really commit to the whole idea of us being a real thing.
Yeah. And
Like,
accept.
the funny thing is, I was married in 21 days to my husband, not because I wanted to.
Thank you for saying that.
He wanted to. Like,
Thank
people are always trying to say that I don't know how to be alone. I can't be alone. It's not that I don't want to. I'm just not the girl that ends up alone. It's
exactly.
never been that way for me.
They don't even know.
Um,
Like they don't even know, man. Keep going. I'm listening. I'm going to
yeah,
something I want to show you. But go ahead.
it's never been that way for me. I enjoy my freedom. I like being able to kick it with who I want to kick it with, come and go as I please, do what I
Yeah.
want to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Say what you want to say and
but when
everything.
someone comes into my life and God moves my heart, I don't fight it.
Right.
And I'm not a big dater. Um, like, I'm not the kind of person that has to date someone for 5 or 6 months before I commit. It's either I think you're worth it or you're not.
Right.
So I'm a pull the trigger kind of girl.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do the I'm gonna pretend like I like you a little bit, but not a lot. Let me know that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that.
Don't play those games. And
If I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. If I'm not, I'm not.
period. So if I'm fucking with you, you don't gotta worry about me trying to play you or nothing because when I'm fucking with
No.
you all the way. And if
And
I'm
I
not
think
fucking
it
with you,
bothers
no, I don't
people.
fuck with you. 'Cause I'm not
Right.
gonna
And
fuck with you.
I think it just bothers people and unnerves people that I'm the kind of person that can be 100% committed to whatever I say I'm committed to. Most
Mm-hmm.
people have a hard time embracing that idea,
Mm-hmm.
to literally keep it a bean all the time,
Mm-hmm.
100 all the time.
Right.
Um, so when I
Can I
hear
ask
people
you
say
this
that I'm
real quick?
predatory or that I'm a predator or I'm this, I mean, people have said all kinds of things about me.
Can I ask TJ one TJ if you can hear me? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jay.
TJ's over here.
But before I do this, I wanna know if it's okay first. TJ, is it okay with you if I play a portion of a video that I saw with Gerald admitting that he physically abused Jay? If you don't want me to play that, I won't. The only purpose that I'm even bringing it up or thinking about it is because no one
TJ
believes.
said it's your interview. She's
Okay,
perfectly fine.
okay. I just want you to know that I consider you too in all things. Like
And she said, thank
y'all
you
are
for
one now,
respecting
so
us.
it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying, Jay? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Thank
I
you.
want her to know that I respect her in her position.
She's smiling.
Okay, bet. Because and I want to show this because I'm like, man, this man said it out his own mouth. And people who actually know you can't even believe it. You know when you said it. And I guess I can understand that, but I don't think they proved it. This man admitted it. And I must play it. I really do. Because I tried to tell people and they knew they wanted to listen. So I'm just play it. Let me shut up. Keep going, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, and let me just say this, to preface what you're about to play.
Mm-hmm.
This is how sick my enemies are, that they're willing to praise a man who terrorized me and abused me and used me and then abandoned me.
Right.
They praise him because he's no longer with me. And the sad part about it is what they really wanted from him was real information about me and what I
Absolutely.
know. And guess what? Guess what they found out? He knew
What?
nothing.
Period.
I
Period.
didn't even trust
Now,
him with my
yeah.
information
Was it because he gave you signs that you shouldn't trust him?
because I knew he couldn't handle it.
Was it because Because he
He
gave
can't
you
handle the
signs.
truth. Oh,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Absolutely. When I saw that his own
Right.
family didn't trust him with information, why would I?
Right.
His own family kept secrets from him because they can't trust him in his blabbermouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So, let me go to it. This is the video, and I'm gonna just fast forward it. Hold on, I'm turning it down. Let me know if it's getting too low.
It's a
Can you
little
hear
on the
it?
low side. Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. A little bit more. You can turn it up some.
Okay, turn it up some more. Okay, I'm gonna just go to the part real quick first, and then I'm gonna turn it up.
Okay.
It's like right in the middle when he starts breaking down.
Get lost. I can go to one month for location one time, and I don't remember that shit. It's packed. So, anyways,
So mind you, Jaguar goes live.
I'm like, fuck. He said, can you come outside and talk to us? Hell yeah, I'm coming. As soon as I opened my door, my room to my door, went down the hallway.
It was like he was trying to put on airs in the beginning, but he eventually broke
Matter
down.
of fact, I was in there playing Kanye Sunday service.
And it literally almost felt like people was trying to lead him on what to
Leaving
say.
to go get your head cleared at the barbershop.
So, that day when they left, I said that they were going to the studio. Me and Jaguar had a conversation, and I asked her, what studio y'all going to? Because the boys didn't answer the phone call.
Hold on. It's not it. I know about where it's at though.
Has the upper hand.
All right, this might be it.
This nigga outside, Jag still pulling on me. Leave him alone. That's my nephew. We don't know.
I could not believe it when he said it. Nobody even reacted.
I guess
Nothing.
no.
Yes, please. Please.
Crap. Oh, please. Thank you.
Crown and Kizzo.
Kizzo.
We see again. You come around the corner.
Yeah.
Your intention again.
About that. We know the truth about that. I want to get to that confession that you made, bro.
Touchy subject, man. We gotta navigate this correctly. After that altercation went down, we see Jaguar, and again, I'm just going off the live. We see her run back to the car.
We ain't talking about that.
You eat that.
Wave off, if anything, honestly.
You eat that. And you got her to a safety, nigga. You eat that.
That's the dude. He's talking about the dude slamming you.
Can handle the way they gotta handle. This nigga learned that fucking lesson. Fucking son of
For some reason, I don't want to say for some reason, Jaguar was more aggressive in that scenario.
It looked like it. That's the way it was set up to look like it.
Do me a favor, honey. You don't have to skip through it. You can
Relax.
play what you need to play.
You don't mind?
People need to see it.
All right. It's important to me to put the play.
Situation is reported with Jaguar's arrest. What I want to do right now is I want to unpack some history about yourself. Again, you spoke on a lot to where you informed them, but there are some questions that this is more so like, I guess you could say fast service as far as answering questions that people are just wanting to know and just kind of getting to know. And again, there are some questions that have already been answered. Right. I don't want to go through there. Right. Whenever someone looks at a Jaguar Wright and hears her history and see what she was and also what she is, and then to hear, of course, about her escapades and things of that nature, just her life history. She comes back into the world, into the forefront, and now she is married. I want you to kind of touch on just even how you and her became either a couple and then what led to marriage. I mean, because I can see a lot of fans and I read a lot of comments where they're just wondering what is the dynamic between someone like Jaguar and yourself, and how does that even come about?
Right. So, as everybody know, we met at the VFW. It's Better Than Four Awards, a club that I'm a member of. I seen her there a couple times. I was up there celebrating one of my little homie's birthday, you know what I mean? So I was up there buying them shots. Watching the baseball game.
Yeah.
And I noticed her walking around, and my little homie kept saying, "Say, OG." Like, what? Man, somebody keeps staring at you. So I know I feel it. I ain't worried about that, bro. I ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm steady watching the game.
We ain't here for that shit either. We want to talk about the shit.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices.
Always ads.
Here, I'm drinking. Here. Thank you, and whatever. And she kept, walking on. They used to be around, they love used to be around and everything, but since you come back from war, now you're a totally different person because you done dealt with real life shit that everybody else don't understand.
Right.
Um,
I have to ask, because you came on our platform again about 2.5 years ago to where, of course, you brought Jag. The stories that she mentioned on our platform from the first interview and the second, did she tell you these stories?
I asked her, she said, "No, we can wait." I said, "Well, she said, because I'm not going anywhere, period."
All right,
I'm
this
not
what
going.
he's saying. He asked to marry you. I'm going to play this part first, and then I'm going to play
Day for 21 days. I
21
asked
days.
her, "Why not? You want to be together? Sure." You know what I mean? I said, "So, okay. Well, why not get married?" She's like, "No, I want to, we can wait."
So she said no at first.
At the time, I was hiding about my damn PTSD.
Lying about the PTSD.
About my medication.
Lying about
I
the
was
medication.
still working on my medication within myself, trying to figure out what it is, and I was scared of rejection. I was scared of being rejected again because I'm a veteran. I got PTSD that has trauma. To me, it felt like nobody was actually there to love me. That's why I felt, right? Even my family, I even told her that. My family don't love me. I felt that at the time.
Hold up.
That's before I got my help.
Hold up. I'm sorry. It's turning into a slick reaction, but it's gonna be people that's gonna look at this. But everybody who got anything to say about Jag, saying anything about his mama or his family, I'm about to run this back 30 seconds for the motherfuckers in the back.
Again, because I'm a veteran, I got PTSD that has trauma. To me, it felt like nobody was actually there to love me. That's why I felt, right? Even my family, I even told her that.
Oh,
my family don't love me.
Your family don't love you.
I felt that at the time. That's before I got my help. And like I said, 21 days later, I asked her, she said, "No, we can wait." I said, "Well, she said, because I'm not going anywhere, period. I'm not going anywhere. So we can just chill and wait, build that up, I said, "Well, shit, since you ain't going nowhere, what's the big deal? Let's go and get married."
So you kept
She was
pushing it.
like,
Okay.
"Yeah, you're right.
You kept pushing
Let's go and get it done." So we got it done.
After 21 days of knowing.
21 days of knowing each other.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
We prayed on it. And God's like, "Okay, I put y'all two together anyways. It's not like y'all put each other together."
So I want to ask this: how would you describe your relationship overall with Jag? Like just overall, how would you describe the relationship?
We have ups and downs. When I was going through my mental health and fighting, not wanting to go get it done because all veterans say, "Yo, I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me." Until you sit down and actually talk to your therapist, until you sit down and talk to somebody who actually listens, who actually has been qualified to deal with these type of things, yo, you'll find out there's a lot of people that's just like you. A lot of people who think the same way you are. A lot of people who thinking, yo, don't nobody really love me, care about me, when they really do. It's you. It's you that need the help. And it's nothing wrong for going to get your help because, yo, it's going to turn you into a better person. That person that everybody saying they used to be around, they love used to be around there.
So he admitting that he needs help. So all the times that Jack said that he needs help, he just said it. Oh, okay.
Thing, but
Well, no, Jack, I'm sorry.
You're a totally different person because you done dealt with
baby.
real life shit that everybody else
No,
don't
it's
understand.
okay. It's okay. You good.
I have to ask because you came
That's
on our
okay.
platform again about 2.5 years ago to where, of course, you brought Jack.
Now I'm going to go to the part where he said he admitted he physically abused his wife, and then I'm done. I gotta play that. I'm sorry because I couldn't. Yeah, this the part. Thank you, Lord.
Crispy chicken from the Quins. Italians back to join his friends. Classic.
My wife.
All right, boom. I heard him.
And boom, 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 boom. She jumped out the car, tell this nigga to stay in the car. I told her to get out and go with her. Get out and go with her. No, she told me to stay here with you. Nigga, I'm telling you. I said, who the fucking king in this motherfucking situation?
That's the narcissist coming out.
Hey, shit. Matter of fact, you're a guest, nigga. We don't fucking know you. Who's that? They never told me. The reason why I love my wife is because she told me what the fuck I say in my sleep. Everybody else hates.
Oh, okay.
It's a part of sex club. I don't know what, if I see this nigga, I might shoot this nigga. Matter of fact, you go to my weapon and you, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is great. This is great. Matter of fact, I actually unload that bitch for you and show you, hey, yo, this is our protection. Since you so-called family. But I'm gonna see who you really are. You going, oh, yeah, this is.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the goddamn.
So we will get our protection. Now, the way I did that is my business. But I'm letting everybody know right now, I got my own funds.
How you do
Not
that?
my wife's. I don't live off my wife.
How you get your own funds?
I got my own shit.
How you
Due
get
to
your
the shit I went through fucking in the goddamn military.
And most ex-military, I know a lot are taken care of, but most are taken care of.
Through 0405, I went to Iraq. I was 19. I turned 20 in Baghdad. Yo, y'all can't tell me what the fuck I haven't done.
Who got you the
For this country, for y'all, I don't even fucking know who fucking hate me. For what? I protected y'all ass. And for the ones who support us, thank you. And the ones that know what the fuck we go through, thank you.
Definitely. So to fast forward a little bit, the situation as far as, of course, I understand all the room stuff. You know, he got his own room. Now the ride back, come back to Dallas.
I want to talk about it. This is the video that he said it on.
Bucky's, the best fucking car stop, because it ain't no fucking truck stop in the fucking.
Bucky's, that was the place that she was at when Nikki jumped.
That way. Hold on. What the fuck just happened? I just went to Bucky's, got.
No, man. All right, this is my last time trying to find it, and I'm gonna let it go after that. I'll find it and post it later.
Take your time.
Okay.
Why
That's
are you
all I
defending
need to
him?
hear.
I'm your husband.
That's all I want to hear. I got it.
Hit it this time, like
what the fuck is this nigga mission? Like, who is this nigga really? I'm thinking to myself, like, who sent this nigga? Who sent it? Because you just pop up all of a sudden. And now you're all cool and you family and all this other shit. So I go to the restroom. I come back, I find him eating beignets and drinking shit. Hey, yo, I'm hungry. I'm looking like, nigga, something's up with you. So the scene, I dropped the magazine, there was one already in the chamber.
Yes.
Everybody that fucking know me know I carry one in the motherfucking chamber. I am very tactically trained. What? T-A-Z-I. Taji. Iraq. Go Google Earth that bitch. And I guarantee you'll find a motherfucking airstrip that my company fucking paved over after our Rangers found that bitch. So Saddam's Air Force couldn't fucking fly. You still see markers in my company.
You can't hide behind it. That's what I want to we'll talk about. Him switching the gun on and off.
See, I dropped the magazine, there was one already in the chamber. Don't fuck with me, nigga. I got great eyesight. The Most High blessed me very well.
There you go.
Don't fuck with me.
There you go.
Anyways, Jumpy, you saying?
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta ask because for you to pull, what kind of gun? Do you what do you carry? FN or what do you carry?
He asked him about switching the safety on and off the gun.
My blood, my sweat, my tears. You can't walk a mile in my motherfucking combat boots, bitch. Don't you ever think that shit. While you 19, 20-year-olds were going to fucking college, guess where the fuck I was at in the 04 and 05. Expert, nigga. Far away from fucking Hawkeye. And if you know what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga, if you get Hawkeye, you automatically in a sniper crew. Don't fuck with me, nigga. I got great eyesight. The Most High blessed me very well.
There you go.
Don't fuck with me.
There you go.
Anyway, Jumpy, you saying?
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta ask because for you to pull, what kind of gun? Do you what do you carry? FN or what do you carry? Okay.
That's what he did in the car.
Okay. All right.
Is that what he did in the car?
All right. Now Jack said,
Yes, it is.
loaded it, took safety off, put one in the chamber.
As you seen, I dropped the magazine. There was one already in the chamber.
So yes.
Everybody that fucking know me know I carry one in the motherfucking chamber.
So that was true.
I am very tactically trained on how to carry a fucking firearm.
Okay.
So once again, that bullshit ass lie that I pointed to my wife and I pointed to Solar's head, it's bullshit. Now my wife motioned towards the motherfucking gun. I knew she wasn't herself. I grabbed the motherfucking pistol. I said, "What are you doing? Stop it." And I thought about it.
You grabbed the pistol.
I got fucking pissed off and emotional. This is the second time you telling me, and we're in a dark motherfucking exit, and ain't nobody around here. And you saying, "Oh, you gotta grab a gun and shoot and kill me and get this shit over with?"
That was
of course I grabbed my motherfucking pistol and put that shit to myself.
You did grab the pistol and put
And of course I point that motherfucker at me myself just like this.
Oh, okay.
With one in the motherfucking chamber.
Okay,
and I
mental
grabbed
abuse.
it like this. I said, "If you want to shoot me, here."
This what he did in the car in the middle of nowhere. He did this.
Shut the fuck up.
And told her to shut up.
Stop fucking threatening me. This nigga, I grabbed this motherfucker again, and he right. I snapped the motherfucker.
He said he right.
Off and on.
He said he did that.
I sure did.
He said he
I'm
did
not playing no fucking games. I never put my finger on the trigger, none of that shit. I pointed that bitch at my motherfucking self. Pull the motherfucking trigger if you're really serious. She motioned twice.
In the middle of nowhere.
I knew
he pulling out guns
what
and
it
shit.
was. I knew what it was.
And y'all talking about jazz.
I knew it was my wife. And as she grabbed for it the second time,
she
did just like this.
She tried to take that motherfucker from me because she was scared for her own life.
When she did that, she threw herself out the
That's why she tried to take
car.
it if she did.
Instead, she
you kept pulling it out, clicking the safety off and on.
You, Gerald, take Solar back to Dallas, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to find a way home. And I said, "Baby, stop fucking playing. Stop playing. Get back in the car, please. If you want to drive, you can drive. It is what it is."
Oh, you were saying you were sorry because you knew you was wrong for putting guns out on her. Okay.
I said, nigga, if you don't fucking let me go when I got my motherfucking firearm in my motherfucking head, nigga, get the fuck off me.
So you threatened him.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that.
You
You
threatened.
sat back like a little pussy, nigga.
Yeah, because you was threatening him with a gun.
But you telling everybody you gonna grab my gun and turn that bitch on me. Get lost. I can go to one motherfucking location one time, nigga. I don't remember that shit. It's packed in there. So, anyways.
So mind you, Jaguar goes live after. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but she goes live and it's her and Solar in the vehicle. You're not there, and she's explaining
That's
what just
after we got back.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
All right. So that shit happened. I call her, beg her, baby, please come back to the car. Stop doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not yourself. Like, you know what I mean? The only way I'm coming back to the car is if I'm driving. That's fine. I ain't doing no.
The only reason she agreed to come to the car is if she driving. That means that she was scared. That means that she wanted to get home. This man pulling pistols out in the middle of nowhere, snatching the safety on and off. Solar tries to help him, and he tells Solar, get the fuck back with my pistol in my hand. I'll blast your ass and threatening this man with a gun in the car in the middle of nowhere. Jag gets out the car walking. I'm gonna paint the fucking picture since y'all can't. Dad gets out the car walking, so now he know he wrong. He called him begging her to get in the car, and she said the only way she'll do it is if she drive. That's evidence that she was afraid and wanted to get back to Dallas.
When I get back in the back seat, put my earbuds in it, we what it is. Meanwhile, I told this nigga leave the shit in the car. This hobo got to take everything. No wonder you got all those spells in your motherfucking
No,
bag
he don't
and
trust your
phone,
crazy
bitch.
ass. You might pull off and never
So
come
you
back.
get everything close to you. No wonder you move like a nomad, as you said.
You ain't like Solar because he was protecting her.
It's all good.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
We'll talk with her.
Yeah, but anyways, he got out of the car, grabbed his bags like a fucking hobo that he is, and chased after him. I called on the phone, babe, please come back. Like, I'm sorry about everything. You know what I'm saying? I was upset because this is the second time you said you wanted to kill me.
He's saying he was sorry about everything, which means that what she said he did, he did. Y'all said Tory Lanez was guilty because he called Meg and apologized, right? He just said what he did and said he apologized.
Saying and get this shit over with. That way you ain't gotta live with this shit. Yo, that's cool.
She was tired of this shit. Tired as fuck. Tired as fuck. Just want to get home.
I'm not going for more than 90 seconds.
She come back to the car. She started driving. Now she flying. I ain't tripping. I got my earbuds in. I'm tuning everything out. Now I know it's both of them talking. I ain't fucking paying attention to what the fuck they saying. I'm zoning out. I'm making sure I ain't saying nothing to tick off. I ain't doing nothing to piss off. We get to our fucking destination.
Oh, so you decided to chill and get home.
The Buc-ee's.
You decided not to upset her no more and get home. Okay.
Babe, can you drive the rest of the way? Of course I will. But damn, now all of a sudden you want me to drive? Got you.
But she tired as fuck.
I took over. Where we going? We're dropping this nigga off so we can go to party? Shit, yeah, let's do that. Cool.
Right.
Nigga, bet. We get this nigga up out the car.
Right. This is where
Yeah, you want to get him out the car so you can really act crazy.
Like,
I can imagine if he'll do that in front of Solar.
I almost got this nigga out the car.
He wanted Solar to get away so he can abuse her like he always did.
And you invite this bitch out into the studio. I got nothing else to do. No, I can go check on the family, and then after that, yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do.
Fuck all that. Nigga, fuck all that. We gonna goddamn go to the profession.
Her people can't fix each other. I was hurt at the time. She was hurt at the time.
That's it right there. Found it. Got it.
That it wasn't safe for her to be there at the house, so she leaves. I told her, I said, if you leave with this nigga and you come back in the morning, I won't be here. Thanks.
I won't be here.
And she asked me why.
He said he threatened to kill himself. Like she said. I'm not monetized, so I can say that. For now. I'm gonna be monetized in Jesus' name. But now, ain't no. He said what he said. He threatened to kill himself. He said he wasn't gonna be there the next day when she came back. Mental abuse.
Shoot yourself? No, I'm not gonna shoot myself. I'm not gonna do none of that shit.
It sounds
That
kind
ain't
of
what you
like you
said.
guys might have a toxic relationship
I believe
Maybe.
we have,
in the past.
and
or
we're working on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we don't have a perfect fucking relationship.
What
Yeah, we
happened?
have verbal arguments. Yeah, I'm verbally abusive. She's verbally abusive. Whatever the fucking case may be.
What about physical?
We were both, when we first met, both of us fucking hurt people. And two hurt people can't fix each other.
Yeah. We're all guilty of that.
We was told by
Give
my
him
mom, by
excuses
other
and
folks,
shit.
two hurt people can't fix each other. I was hurt at the time, she was hurt at the time. I just heard the voice of God, yo, that's your wife. Nigga, I don't even know her. But she fine as fuck though. But I don't know her. I done seen her around before. But I don't know her. She ain't Yankee, I'm a rebel. Nigga, that's not gonna work. But God told me to move and I moved. And at that point, I was going heavy at Ibar. Spirit, get my spirit fed every day. You know what I'm saying? And listening to the word and reading the word and everything. And yo, I heard the voice of God tell me that. Ain't nobody tell me I didn't hear that. I wasn't even up there for that mission. I was up there to really drink my last drink that I was ever gonna fucking have because I was depressed as fuck.
I don't
My
believe that no
PTSD
more.
kicked in.
I don't believe that no
beating
more.
myself up for my life choices.
I don't believe that no
I wasn't gonna go home that night.
You told her that.
Neither was she, and she told you.
Because she really
Right.
wasn't.
Where did everyone go? Where did you go? Where did she go? Where did Solar go? Where did everyone go?
So, her and Solar left. I turned on Kanye's, I turned on Ye's Sunday service choir for there to be peace in the house. This is at 2:00 in the morning. They burnt out. They said they were going to the studio.
This is Friday going into Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we actually had conversations back then about, I've asked them questions about, what's your worst call? Or what was the worst thing that you ever had? My last month of my life right now, these niggas shit. Weapon. I had a weapon on the bed because we just came from Shreveport.
Hold on.
And I hear him on the radio. Oh, sorry. She is exactly where he says she is, and she's snoring. You can hear her in the background over the radio. The sergeant said, "Well, get the fuck out of here then. Ain't no harm or nothing. Get the fuck out of there. Don't wake up." So they get out of there, search the whole fucking house, make sure ain't nobody else in there. Try to find them the weapon, and they ask me why did you have a weapon?
Why'd you have a weapon?
I had a weapon on the bed.
You had it on the
bed. We just
bed.
came from Shreveport. I purchased it because we have death threats.
You had
and
it on
it's
the
legally
bed
registered to me.
because you was threatening her.
So therefore,
Tell
when
her
we
you was
came
gonna
home from
kill yourself.
Shreveport, I put it on the bed
That's
to
why she did that,
unload
because
our
she was scared
bags.
for real.
So that way we can get back in the car because we were going to celebrate a million views in 3 weeks with our production company.
She was scared for real. That's why she did that. And if something
But
would have
I get
happened,
woken up.
or
In this hillshire of fun. Oh, hell yeah.
With cops.
all right, now this might be all right.
Let me go ask this nigga. So I go outside the room and I interrupt him.
Put you delicately, because again, like I said, there's your side,
right?
There's her side,
right?
And the truth, and we're just here to unpack it. And it's, as I stated, I was with you, talking to you Friday, spoke to you Saturday.
Just give it one. Bro, give it to him. Just because I said so.
So I have to ask you there, Jaguars, when it comes, just let's say when it comes to having a drink, you're her rock, she's your rock.
For him to say that, he must have made a confession right before that, because that's what he do. He'll admit something bad.
I was acting like he fucking on me. You smoke 50 cigarettes and you play the game all day. Tell me when you see me play the game, nigga.
All right, I'm about
Pain about what just happened or what happened previously earlier, but you didn't say what happened at our friend's house. You didn't say how you slapped in my face. You didn't say none of that shit. You didn't say how you gonna kill me the first time. And shit, get it over with.
You're lying, and I want you to tell the truth.
Go to my head, totally. If you say my mama name again, I'm gonna blow my brains in your face.
You said what?
Like your exes have. Or like you've been having.
You said what? You okay, so you did abuse her. Oh, okay.
What higher power? I'm not trying to be funny, but
it's coincidence. I mean, coincidence happens, and coincidence it could be questioned.
Of course.
You know,
you know what I mean? And find out that y'all niggas at Velvet Taco and y'all eating brisket nachos and shit and talking to King Payne about what just happened or what happened previously earlier, but you didn't say what happened at our friend's house. Go to my head, totally. If you say my mama name again, I'm gonna blow my brains in your face. Just like your exes. Because, they hypnotized you. I mentioned that to her. And I asked her, I said, do you remember that? And she couldn't say nothing. She changed the subject. But, I still love my wife. There's nothing gonna change.
we're not out of love here. We're not.
What fuck no?
Nothing's happening.
We done been through too fucking much, especially.
We ain't trying to hear all that. I'm trying to get to the confession, I swear.
Are you having sex with the person you're with? So I
don't like that girl. She always bringing up bullshit.
She told me this many times. You do something I ain't never done before.
All right, that's what I'm trying to get to, y'all. This part right here, where he talks about when they first.
But 10.
No, about 10 years younger than you, or let's just say he's young. There you go.
My wife wouldn't do that. She wouldn't go down that road.
So whoever said Jaguar's fling, she wouldn't do that.
I'm too young for her.
So long was never her fling.
Many times you do something I ain't never done before. I'm used to dating older niggas who are billionaires, blah 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 blah. You just a soldier.
Curious as far as the confrontation prior to barbershop with you, Jag, and Solar. Did that go in your favor? Did it go in Jag's favor or Solar's favor?
All right.
Somebody tell her she got a responsibility that for her family to do right now.
Right now. Right now.
Exactly. That part too. And I know if I see the shit, I know the ops see the shit. So I try to explain that shit to my wife, put one ear out the other. And I noticed the nigga was sitting side next to her. So
without question.
So with that being said, I told him, I said, oh, that nigga's in the car too? Yeah.
When you find a charcoal toothpaste that epically whitens your smile, you might find yourself.
Please. Don't touch it if you want to fucking touch it.
Yeah, you still there?
Oh, this nigga.
I'm here.
All right, I'm
There's something else. Since you're doing,
huh?
I have a favor to ask you. Since you're putting this footage up, Could you cut from this and go to the video on Real Life Street Stars with me and my husband together?
Yes, I can do that.
Because there's
you
some.
want me to take this part completely out?
Well, you can if you want to come back to that, but now that you're playing all of this, I just want
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a reaction to the video with you and him together, and then since I have more time, I'm gonna find the timestamps for him saying, "Yes, I physically abused my wife." I want to find the timestamps for him admitting to punching the dog. I want to find the timestamps for him admitting to punching holes in the walls and saying it was because he didn't have his pills. And the reason why I wanted to show that was because I wanted to ask you. I noticed that he kept on saying in that whole situation that he needed to get his medicine. He needed to get to his medicine. He didn't have his pills. But when he left all of his medication, his psych meds, he left them there and he never came back to get them. It's not like he can go to the pharmacy and say, "Hey, I left them at this house. I don't want to go back there. Give me another one." Psych meds don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So was it the psych meds that he wanted to get to, or was it the exos that he wanted to get to? Do you know? Which, like, because you might not know, but to me, it feels like
special weed, pills, the alcohol. If I had known my husband was a drug addict when we got married, I would definitely not have married him after 21 days. But he lied. So he was such a committed liar. That's part of the reason why I was wondering if we could cut to the video with he and I, because in that first 10 minutes, I actually pulled out my phone and showed footage of him acting a whole fool.
Hold on.
And it's right there at the very beginning. It's in the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
You'll see me.
You keep talking while I'm looking it up.
And that had happened the night before, I believe. And I was forced to leave the house. And, you know.
That's sad. I hate that.
I went to my cousin Tawana's place.
All right, so we're gonna go to the one where y'all was together. That's yours. That's him.
I know if you put
the make sure our funny song is super soft. Music to my ear.
I mean, and find out that y'all niggas at Belva Taco and y'all eat brisket. I'm used to dating older niggas who are billionaires, blah, 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 blah. You just a soldier who barely got your damn check, and I had.
That part was interesting because that's when he admitted that I was the one that got him his check to begin with.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna go to the window real quick.
In the hospital, raided our business account and stole all the money.
Yeah, and I know that really hurt. Like, I know that really hurt. And while I'm looking this up, can you tell me, like, in the beginning of everything, you know, you was telling us what was going on, and nobody was believing you. Nobody was believing you. And I only want to talk about this because I can imagine how it would feel for you to be saying something, and it's like right in our faces, and nobody was trying to believe you. And
well,
it was literally really happening.
It goes to prove how hatred makes room for bias.
Right.
You know, it's when you're operating in the spirit of hate, it makes it easier for a negative bias against someone that you don't know to be relevant in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the part that bothers me most right now is I worked so hard to conceal how bad things were. Such a good job hiding it that it hurt later.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are.
Right.
Right. Go ahead, you can play it. Because it hits.
Because
Can you hear
I would
it?
say y'all just took us in the world where people are so invested about what's the outcome, what's going on, what's happening, and here y'all are together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is something that a lot of people were rooting for, and some were rooting against. And you got to deal with both. And we're here
dealing with that from day one.
right.
The first time I met his mama, she gave me a weird look. Second time I met his mama, she told me it was okay for me to admit that I made a mistake.
That's real. Oh, that's real. Coming after the weird look.
He's sitting right next to her.
It's okay for you to admit that you made a mistake. Y'all can get it a no. And I looked into the phone and I said to her, don't you ever tell me that I don't love my husband. Because I do. I said, I don't want your marriage, Charlotte. I don't want Sunday's marriage. I don't want Charles' marriage. I just want my marriage with my husband.
There you go.
I'm too old to be trying to pretend like I want to be your daughter-in-law because you're younger than my sister. So you can never be more than like a big sister to me. So let's not pretend. We're women. I love your son.
Was it because you were older?
I think it was because I was older. I think it was because I was a Yankee. I think it was because I speak my mind. I think it was because I'm the shit and she basic. No disrespect, but it's true.
Yeah.
I felt the jealousy coming off of her, and I told her from day one, your mama not gonna like me.
No, Jack.
I told him that. Did I not tell you that?
You must.
And I said, your mama not gonna like me because the first thing she gonna do, she gonna look at me, she gonna look at you, and she gonna be like, that bitch is fucking the shit out of my son.
It's just the way, hey, and that's what happens. Hey, listen, it is. I want some influence still. Don't take it all the way away from me. No, Jack, we're from Texas, we got the whole Southern hospitality thing, and you bring this Philly, this demeanor to where even like Charleston White was a little taken back, and you had to tell him straight up, I'm straightforward. I'm telling you what
Always,
it is.
man.
Like it or not, this is what it is.
Listen to me. I grew up fucking with a New York minute and a Philadelphia second.
Yeah, that's a fucking Philly second.
People talk about New York. People say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
If you can survive Philly, you can fucking survive anything. And that's what's real. That's what's real.
Well, I know I love it because again, it's the truth and what people love, and we're losing that where people try to put up facades.
I don't know what happened to all my real niggas in Philly. Like, I'm so disappointed right now.
Man, that's all another story. Where the real niggas in Philly go? Right. So Jack, I have to ask you, were you able to watch G's?
I've been watching.
Yeah, you've been watching his interviews. He was able to sit and tell you. Today we released part 3, and
I started watching it.
Yes.
We were at Cafe Pacific, and we had the guys at the bar, the tuxedo guys. You got their card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, all of you are getting tuxes. You met these great guys. They did tuxes. Fucking awesome.
And we said we need to take a real life picture with tuxes on.
Yeah.
Literally just go talk about it.
I ain't taking it no more. Fucking traitor.
Yeah, we'll make it make sense.
Park Village. They can't
Ain't
wait to
gonna be
meet
no
the
more
whole team.
pictures,
Okay.
traitor.
Oh, that kind of falls right into play.
Yeah.
So Goomba came through and told us some things that even I didn't know, and I'm so enamored by it. And I want your take on it.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all got introduced and then married after just less than a month?
21 days.
21 days.
Mm-hmm.
He told his side, go watch Goomba Part 3. He told his side.
I was watching. He wasn't lying. He was accurate about everything.
Yeah. What is your thought process when you meet a man and 21 days later you're married? Like, what was it? What was going on in your life? Because he mentioned, of course, with your son.
I was ready to die.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So it didn't feel right living when my son was dead and my other son was gone and the holidays was coming. And I just figured, fuck it, I'll just skip it.
Wow.
And so
So glad
when
you ain't
he
do that.
challenged me,
Thank
because
you,
I
Lord.
didn't want to get married.
Right, you said that.
He wanted to get married.
He said.
And I said, well, can't we just kick it for like 6 months and see how it goes?
He pushed
I'm
it.
not going nowhere. And he was like, well, if you're not going nowhere, then why can't you marry me?
Ultimatum.
And
It was very plain, by the way. Very.
I'm like,
He said,
well, then
he
fuck
said
it,
that
then
was
let's get
player.
married.
That's what he said. That was
So
player.
we got up one Sunday morning. I was like, we fucking doing it today or what? And he was like, yeah. And so we found a justice of the peace in Garland. And she had a very old cat. And we're both allergic. And so both my nostrils are enjoying the ceremony.
Yo, happy.
Because of us, it was the allergy. God was killing me. Leslie, the old food critic from Dallas and Thierry.
Yeah.
And they took us out for our first meal at Brain Dead, and we got dinner very fast, and that fried chicken came out.
I ain't never had fried chicken come out that fast ever in my life, bro.
If you want to get great,
You and TJ better invite me to the wedding.
Divulge any of that early on. How much did you give him early on?
I gave him what I thought he could handle when he could handle it.
So slowly you kept dropping
nuggets.
Yeah, nuggets.
But they weren't nuggets, they were boulders. I feel like Wile E. Coyote. Oh shit.
I mean, G, were you more amazed of or scared or like what was like that she's giving you like, here's my history?
Nigga, I was tell you the truth, nigga, I was scared.
The funny thing is, I didn't give him my history. I showed him my history.
Right. Yeah, y'all said y'all stepped in the streets.
I don't tell him nothing that I can't produce physically in person.
That's true.
Because there's no point. Like, I could sit there and tell him that I know Italians. But it's a different thing for me to take you to their house and for them to make linguine and clams with mattresses up at the windows because shit's looking a little funny.
No, that's different.
Yeah,
versus I know Italians.
Yeah.
That is different. So let's just unpack it like this because
I love you, Angelo Minerci.
Shout out Ange. Shout out Ange.
You.
How we as Goomba historian, how would you describe y'all's 4 years?
It's
the
been
goods, the
interesting.
bads.
It's been interesting.
All right. This is
we decided to get married without knowing each other. And we agreed that we would spend the first 5 years of our marriage getting to know each other. And then after that, if it didn't work, we would go our separate ways. But I promised him, because of what my life is like, that he will forever be taken care of. Like, I'm redoing my will right now. And yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
We got married without a prenup. So my husband is my soul, everything. He inherits whatever I have. And there's a special codicil for him and my son.
Fucked it up.
Because if anything should happen to me, the company goes to my husband and my son.
Fucked it up.
He's going to be the receiver for it, just to make sure
can't
that
even
my
accept
son doesn't
fucking
get
love.
manipulated.
The antioxidant goodness in palm wonderful makes the
I'm waiting on the part where you pull the phone out.
The antioxidant
So
super.
I'm
It's coming up.
Okay, I'm gonna let it
He can't get another fucking dime off of me ever again.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
So I have to ask you then, and I want you to verify this because I saw a lot of people coming at you doing in the comments of episode 2 about the dog situation.
Yeah, it was awful. It was fucking awful.
Yeah, and again, we talked about having being on medication and kind of going through what you went through. We heard your past, and for those that thought it was something, again, you explained it eloquently as far as what you've been through and what you have to deal with coming out of that, and y'all, with the BFW and
Can we
everything.
fucking be honest about last night?
Let's be honest about last night. Let's be honest about last night.
That's what I'm talking about.
You go first. You go first. I did not sleep at home last night.
No, you did.
I slept in my cousin Tawana house last night.
Yeah, you did.
To which you accused me of going over to my cousin Tawana house to have a threesome with her and her boyfriend who I never fucking met. As if I would fuck my own cousin. I'm not a clump.
So G, where does that come from? As far as just,
sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation.
Oh, it's from
no,
sleep deprivation.
I would let her go through just what y'all been through, because again, Jack.
No.
No. Let's start with that.
Hold up.
The airport situation, because we haven't.
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold up. No. Welcome to my mother.
They was trying to brush across that.
I want you to explain the airport situation for those who have not seen it. I know you explained on your own channel, but.
No, we're not brushing across this, nigga.
Stop. Hurry up. Let's go. You fucked up. See this bullshit? Fuck out of here.
Now you fucking hit me?
I grabbed for the phone.
No, you just hit me in my fucking lip. You just hit me in my fucking lip. I'm so tired of this shit.
I'm tired of
this
I'm
shit.
taking no fucking sleep. Period.
I want you out of my fucking car.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me tell you how normal that is.
Nah, that was covering for that. That was covering for him. And I don't like that. They were supposed to be loyal to you.
I don't want to tell y'all.
That's probably what they do to their woman, though.
See how normal that is.
That was in the drive-thru.
I was fucking with them.
Cedar Hill. That shit happened in front of people.
It happened in front of people.
Guess what happened earlier that day? We got thrown out of a fucking casino hotel. Why? Because of this motherfucker. Ask me how many places I've been thrown out of because my husband's meds was fucking misfiring. Or he just didn't take them.
No, so let's back it up just a little bit.
You trying to cover for Jim Goomba?
There's not enough in this cup.
You're right. We're gonna get a refill. We're gonna get a refill real quick.
Please.
We're gonna get a refill. So what touch on the list as far as the getting released from the institution.
The hospital's one of the Dallas Behavioral Health Hospital in DeSoto, Texas.
That was it, right?
Now, this is what's interesting. After all of these months, looking at that for the first time in months, I just sat there and showed them footage that I took of my husband assaulting me verbally and physically, and him admitting to it and doubling down on the abuse with witnesses present in a drive-thru at Fuel City in Cedar Hill.
I know what Fuel City at. They still porn there. Yeah, go ahead.
You feel me?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And they literally saw that and they brushed right over that as if they was protecting him. And then this was before the actual, like, I don't even want to call it a breakup. I want to call it like a fucking attack, a demonic attack. This was before that shit happened, right? And everybody that was on that live where I was trying to expose the truth, they were all saying, "Oh, I'm lying. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm trying to suck your dick," and all of this. And it's like, as a woman, you got eyes and ears, and you looking and watching the same thing I'm watching. It's not nothing you got to read between the lines. It's plain and clear in your face proof. And you hate her so much that you will literally put aside your morals. That's like you will literally watch her get assaulted in the street and you would not do nothing but laugh and take pictures and videos. That's when I saw the hearts of these people.
But that's not the worst part. That's not the worst part. The worst part is they made me the villain.
That's what I'm saying.
He needed to get away from me, and they needed to save him from me.
Yeah. All the times that you should have left him and you didn't. And you stuck beside him. I remember listening to a live one time when you was, when the whole wisdom thing happened, and I was listening to the video you were playing, and you got on the phone with somebody and you told them, listen, I have to talk really fast. He's going crazy. He just went to go get some ice and he's gonna take my phone when I get back in when he get back. Or something like that. You said it's still on your page right now today. And I'm gonna put that in my reaction too. But that's literally a clear sign of a battered woman. That's plain and clear. And when you did that, the point in you playing that video was not to expose him. We're talking about a whole nother subject, but that was just the nuance of that video that nobody paid attention to. But I heard when y'all was in the car, when the interview first came out, the way he was yelling at you.
Yeah.
Oh, we live. Oh, I don't give the way he was yelling at you and driving gave me a picture of what that Shreveport trip was like. Because he did it right on camera. Matter of fact,
for everyone that has championed for him against me, your Gerald Lahoskin Johnson Jr. is coming.
Period.
Because if you think that that's okay, then you're going to welcome that energy into your life, and it's going to happen.
Yep.
Exactly. I went through a lot. I went through a lot.
I know.
Him terrorizing everyone in the house on his bad days and his jealousy about me. The worst thing that happened to him was when those real life niggas decided to put a camera on him and pump him up to believing that they were going to make him a star independent of me.
Yeah.
Because they felt like my power, my on-screen persona was outweighing them.
Yeah.
It's all jealousy and misogyny. It's all jealousy and misogyny. And now they're about to release another portion of my life story that we were filming and did not finish or complete, which we were still negotiating, and they're still releasing it anyway.
Yeah.
All I can say about real life at this time is this. There was a private conversation that happened between one of the producers and my husband. They don't know that I was eavesdropping. And I had absolutely no intention of ever saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they were a part of helping my husband plan the bombing of my car for views.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did you find out?
Of ever saying anything. But they knew my husband was going to blow up the car.
That's crazy, but I believe that 100% because I saw in every video they were protecting him. It was like, wait a minute, this woman's talking about being abused, and y'all talking about how normal it is. And the only thing that I could think is that maybe they are like him because sometimes I feel like predators protect other predators, and I'm like, not really saying they're a predator. I think they're just fucked up people. But what I'm saying is that, like, when you see someone doing something to that woman that you do, I feel like maybe that's why they were protecting him because they may have that same character where they do that type of stuff, that type of narcissistic stuff. This man literally met you.
This is why they've been vulnerable. This is why they've been protecting him, and other people have been working to protect him because everyone's afraid when my husband gets arrested that he's going to name everybody that was involved in the plot to terrorize me.
Yeah.
All for clicks and views.
This man literally admitted to putting his hands on you, and nobody believed it. Not even allies.
Which is why no one from real life bothered to to come and visit me in jail. They never bothered to come. Matter of fact, they always pretended, oh, I didn't know you were in jail. Oh, I didn't. The whole fucking world knew.
Yeah.
They've been
Yeah.
protecting him all along because they were afraid that he was going to implicate them
Yeah.
in the car bombing.
Yeah.
All to gaslight and terrorize me. And I was never going to say anything.
Yeah.
But I just called one of the producers from Real Life to discuss this with them.
Yeah.
And they refused to return my phone calls while they're still feeding my husband money to keep him quiet and to help him hide.
Meanwhile, you got 3-4 million view videos on their channel. If you put the videos together, that's at least 3-4 million.
And if you don't care about me and you don't care about doing right business,
leave me alone.
Why should I continue to protect you?
Oh, yeah.
While you're protecting my terrorizer and abuser.
Mm-hmm.
Misogyny and jealousy is a bitch.
It is. And the fucked up thing about it is,
my husband was going to blow up my car.
Yeah.
And they sat around while he gaslit me and then continued to do interviews with him.
Yeah. Jack, do me a favor. Tell me when you realized that car was missing. Tell me, I want to know this. When he came back, before he left, what happened before he left? How was his demeanor and attitude? How long was he gone? What happened when he got back? When did you realize the car was missing? When did you see it was blown up? When did you find out he did it?
He was drunk. He had been throwing up all night at the studio where we were recording. And he was mad because I kissed a girl and she put it on TikTok, but then she took it down.
Mm-hmm.
He was angry. He was jealous if anybody talked to me. It didn't matter if it was a man. Me being bisexual made everyone a threat. Like, even before we got to the studio that night, we went out to go shoot pool downtown Tempe. And a woman ran up to me because she was a fan. And like, he was about to hit her. And I'm like, babe, don't do that. I don't want nobody running up on my wife. I don't care if it's a man or it's a woman. That bitch need to get the fuck up off my wife. And she looked scared. And I said, stop. And of course she was afraid to approach me after that. He was so volatile that night.
Yeah.
So we left the studio. I had to drive because he was too drunk to drive. I drove us back to the hotel. I pulled up in the parking spot right outside of our suite. And as I'm getting out the car, I'm like, come on. He snatched the car keys out of my hand and said, I'm leaving. Fuck you. And I'm like, where are you going? You were too drunk to drive home. Where the fuck are you going? And he just sped off. I went to the room and I started praying, took a shower, got myself together. It was like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like 4 something. I called him a few times, checking on him to make sure he was okay. He didn't answer at first. Then he finally answered. And I said, where are you? You are drunk. And then he kept trying to convince me that someone was following him and that it was unsafe. And I was right. He was too drunk to drive. And I said, just park the car and catch an Uber. And actually not an Uber, because we never use Uber. We always use Lyft. I was like, catch a Lyft. He caught the Lyft eventually. And when he came back, he had a smell of gasoline on him and his knuckles were all cut up. I didn't want to know what happened. I'm like, God knows what the fuck you did. Did you park the car? Is the car safe? It's fine. Everything's fine. He got in the shower. We got in bed. I treated the scratches on his knuckles We went to sleep.
Mhm.
We always got up first thing in the morning and got into the hot tub and, did our water, therapy and our water exercises. And I'm like, well, we got some running around to do today because we were getting ready to leave town, and head back to Dallas. And so I'm like, well, we got to take a lift, go pick up the car, bring it back here, make sure everything's gassed up, make sure the car is ready for the road. And so a friend of mine didn't live far from there. So I asked him, could you just drive by and make sure the car is okay? I wasn't sure if he accurately remembered where he parked it because he was so wasted.
Yeah.
My friend on his way to work drove by and was like, yeah, no, the car's not there.
What?
I'm like, it's not there? No, it's not there. Now, this is about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Before we went to bed, it was like 6 something. We had the news on as we were going to sleep. And there was a fire on I-10 West, a car fire that they were putting out. I had no idea that that was my car that was burning up on the news. So I'm like, the car's not there. He's like, no. So I'm like, are you sure you remember where you parked the car? And he was like, yeah. I was like, it's not there. Homie drove by and said the car is not there. So I called the police to file a missing police report, wondering whether or not it had been towed or something. And then that's when the police directed me to the state agency. And then that's when they told me where I could retrieve my car. And I'm like, what do you mean retrieve my car? And I was like, you retrieve dead bodies and stuff. You don't, I just want to go pick my car up.
Right.
Do we got a key? They said, you need to call the towing place. And then that's when my girlfriend, OG Patrice, who's one of the moderators on TNJ channel, and she's also a YouTube person.
Yeah.
She came and picked me up, and she took me down to the tow place. Because I didn't have any paperwork to prove it was my, to get access to the car, because everything was in the car. So the registration, insurance, everything blew up in the car. That's when they showed us the pictures. And the car was just eviscerated. All the windows blew out. It was burned beyond recognition. I posted the pictures. Which is so funny that people are still trying to say that nothing happened to the car, but no one ever saw me in it again. And I still have to deal with that.
Yep.
They're still drawing the car note from the bank account. They're still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still paying for a car that's been gone since February, and I never had a chance to really deal with it because it was hospital, jail, get back out, and then jail. You know what I mean?
Constantly.
And all of it was being spearheaded by my husband, working with that law enforcement agency that I currently have the case, that has the case against me. And it's so funny because these people actually took my gun out of my car unlawfully and gave it to him.
Yeah.
When they know he's a nut.
Yep.
They've had to take him to Dallas Behavioral Health on 3 occasions. Twice in our marriage, I had to take him to the mental hospital.
And that woman admitted that when you went to jail, that woman admitted everything that you said on that live that people was trying to tell you, why did you say this, that, and the third. That woman said everything that you said was true. And that's the part that gets me, is because if something would have happened to you, people would have been saying, oh my, she was right all along. Why do that? Why be the one of those people who say, oh yeah, she was right all along?
Why can't
Because
you
they
listen
wanted
and find
something
out
to
in real
happen.
time?
They wanted something to happen to me.
Yeah, they did. I know.
He was going to be the person that takes down Jaguar Wright.
Yep. That's what
He
they
was
wanted.
their champion against me.
They wanted to get in, on the inside, and yes, I noticed that that's what people do. They go for people or things that they know that you care about or love, because you're not a person that's superficial. You're not a person that's, like you were saying earlier, you're not worried about money. You're not worried about having more than the next person. You're a loving person, and I know and I understand that spirit. I want you to know that I know and I understand that spirit. And I want you to know that I know how you feel, because it has happened to me with other people. I've been misunderstood all my life too. And I just want you to know that I'm going to be to you the person that I wish that I had for me, because I know how it feels to feel like you're friends with somebody or be acquainted with somebody, and you give that shit your all. And it don't have to be a husband. It could be a friend or anything. And they will be so easily and quick to turn on you like you're nothing and say they don't know you. That shit is fucked up. And I'm not talking about no just no YouTube shit. I'm talking about real life.
My husband wasn't interested in ending our marriage until he realized I found out that he was the one that blew up the car and I was going to turn him in.
Right. And that's when he got the hell out of Dodge.
He's been running from me ever since because he knows how to do it.
Yep. Ever since. And I noticed that too. I said the only reason why he's doing this is because he's afraid to face them consequences about that car. Because that's how people like him operate. They run away. And
he got caught up in the hype of YouTube. He got caught up in the hype of people watching him. He got caught up in the hype of playing soldier in real life after playing it for 18 hours a day, day in, day out, high.
I know. And oh my goodness. I saw that from the beginning, and I want you to know that I saw it, and I always believed you. I always believed you. And I feel that he was banking on the hatred that the public had for you. He was banking on people's hatred for you to be able to get away with all of this stuff, because I feel like he started to see that, you know, you were in the middle of a very serious battle.
I brought Solar along with us because I did not trust being alone with him on that trip.
Yes, that's why he wanted Solar to leave, because he wanted to.
You know what's so funny? When they started saying that I was squatting in a house in Shreveport, I wasn't squatting in a house. I was there for the walkthrough, and I took video footage of it and I sent it to him. And I was walking around and I was like, this was supposed to be our home.
Yeah.
And now I don't belong here. He was angry that we were going to move into that house without him. He was angry that he was going to go to jail. And he started working with the authorities and his mother to have me hospitalized and then jailed.
Right. And I'm like, y'all saying she's squatting in this house. But before you go and purchase or rent or buy a house, before you acquire a house, you go through the house, you walk through the house. You can view the house. And you never said you came back to Dallas that night. You never slept in that fucking house.
No.
You walked through the house. And obviously, you and the person who has the key to that lockbox, well, obviously y'all was good. Obviously, they allowed you to do that because they knew that you were getting ready to pay for the house. That's what really fucked me up about you getting locked up.
Box to get the key.
Right. And I know that you were getting ready to move into it.
Yeah.
I know you were getting ready to move into it, Jack.
Until I was arrested in the pool.
And they all came together for that shit.
Yeah, like some whack Justice League for losers.
It was, did you notice this? Okay. So
You know what needed to be about that?
Huh?
The only person, the only place that the footage of me doing the walkthrough of that house existed was in my phone and my husband's phone, which means he's the one that turned that footage over because I never posted it. Just like the voicemails that I sent him, that him and that idiot that everyone hates now, played on empathy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what they didn't tell anybody. They were getting harassing phone calls, and I knew who they were coming from. I called him because I got a phone call, and they said, if you don't tell your husband to lock it up, we're going to take them all out, even the kids. And that's what those.
On your phone saying that?
Oh yeah, I got a phone call because he was running his mouth about things that I would never talk about.
And oh, you're right. You're right, because when you were getting taken away in the ambulance and he was holding the phone out, for one, I could tell he was high. For one, when he was holding that phone. Two, that man walked up behind him and was like, "Hey, we finna put a no trespassing sign, y'all." And he was like, "Yeah, I know. We can't never come back again. I know we can't never come back again, or we're gonna get fucked." Like if anybody look, I'll go back and fucking find it myself. That man came behind Goomba and was like, "Y'all got to get the fuck. Y'all can't never come back here." So I believe 100% that it was certain people who didn't like that attention that he brought over there.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt at all that you got a phone call like that, because shit was getting real hot. Shit was getting real hot.
And
I want to show this video too when you're done.
In the messages, you're so selfish. You don't care about that girl or her kids, that you would put them in this kind of danger when you know what's coming for you.
Right.
Which is why I believe people the way started realizing that the danger was real.
Yeah.
And I heard that he became abusive in the house and became abusive with the children as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I told her.
When I tried to get right, and when I tried to speak to her about it, she didn't even want to talk to me, and I wasn't gonna like try to embarrass her or anything, but I just wanted it to be a cautionary tale, because people are so quick to try to count you out and count your word out. This woman was trying to warn you about this trauma that happens to children, and I know you can't take that shit back. It's certain trauma that can happen to a child that that shit will fuck with them their entire life.
Those children have been traumatized.
Why even take your children through that when this woman warning you he gonna beat your kid?
That woman's children have been traumatized on numerous levels.
Yeah.
Regardless if my husband.
Show this video real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to show this video real quick of him so they can see his behavior in that car.
With that being said,
I want my dog back. Let me run it to the beginning. Before Jay, I just want to say this just in case somebody might watch a replay or something. This video, I want you to picture this being a dark situation. Picture them going to or from Shreveport with this attitude and demeanor. And also take notice to the fact that Jack still missing her dog, that he admitted on Real Life Street Stars that he punched, that I know in my heart he unalived, because that dog loved Jack.
Average, I'm a bitch. Or you mean average, I'm a woman. No. They want me. That's why I love her, the way I love her.
So with that being said, Friday happens, Saturday comes in, of course,
I want King to come home.
Yeah, that happens. I can only imagine your mental state based on what's going on.
What is that? They said rest in peace.
Like I mentioned, I'm thinking, they don't find from God.
Yeah.
Because I know, like I said before, I know how the cops or how law enforcement works when you make those type of phone calls late at night. The troopers that I work with, most of the law enforcement I work with, they said it was the worst call.
I already know. You told me already. I need you to listen.
DA, Keys. Who the fuck is Keys? Remember Young John from Philly? She was friends with Keys. Who the fuck is Keys? She was friends with Young John from Philly. There was interns. There was a lot of Young John. We had dinner. We went to Cosmic with her and her husband. She was out in school. Oh, that bitch called on this? She's the one that called the DA. I don't fucking ever want to see her. Your husband. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. Play the shit.
Play the shit. He just want to play the shit.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm just throwing fucking birds. Don't tell me that you're watching this shit. Watch this shit.
This who y'all was defending?
This is a live reaction to the interview. Fuck that, bro. What do you mean, fuck that? Fuck that. Like I was saying.
Take me off of YouTube now. Take me off of YouTube now.
I'm going live on my channel. You're right. I am going to do what the fuck I'm going to do.
Do what you do.
And this is a live reaction. I
Get the frogs off your lip before you start talking, before everybody starts saying that shit too.
I don't get no fuck. Jesus, man.
It wasn't even nothing on your lip.
Tell them watch the fucking interview.
That's all he cared about was the interview. That's all I wanted to play. How he lashed out so quickly on you for nothing. And that's all he cared about was that fucking interview. That's all he cared about. Ever since that interview, we started to see him more and more and more and more. And I'm not gonna lie. I got scared for you when I saw this video. Not even gonna lie. And this was before me even really knowing what I know now. I was like, dang, he talked to her like that. And then when old girl came out and called herself like exposing you, most of the things that she was exposing you for was about him, about you confiding in her about what he was doing to you. Now, when you left and you went off the scene for months, almost a year.
No, it was a year and a half, actually.
Yeah, a year and a half. Can you please tell us, what did he do to you that made you recluse like that? Because he said that he put his hands on you.
He did.
And then when it came out, he tried to say, he said she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, she couldn't talk. And then when old boy had said why, did not say why, he was like, oh, because she was depressed. She was worried, she was grieving about her son. Now tell us what you was really upset about and what really made you shut down and why you really went off.
How are you supposed to eat or move around or walk around when you're healing from being abused? I'm Jaguar Wright. I never wanted anybody to see me look like that. You can ask the people from the hotel that we lived at. I didn't come out of my room for 35 days. He had to go get all the meals, bring them back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. And I know how you feel. And because of your transparency right now, I'm going to tell you that this tattoo that's on my arm, I don't know if you can see it. You see this tattoo right here?
Yeah.
It says Donnie. Donnie. That's the name on it. And I just didn't get it covered up yet. About 10 years ago, between 10 and 13 years ago, I was dating this guy. And we worked together. We made a lot of money together at work. And I was like 19, 20 when I met him. But he was like 26 or 27. And we would go to work. We worked in sales, and he was the person who taught me how to do the sales. And we just clung to each other because we were both hustlers. Like we both would love the fact that we was getting money together. So that just drew us together. And plus, spent all our time at work. we was working for like an alarm security salesperson, and we used to go door to door and steal alarms. And we was really good at it, like shopping and company. They moved us from state to state together, and we kind of got together really fast, and it was a lot of hype because it was just me and him. Once they moved us to Missouri, it was just me and him. Nobody, no family, no nothing there. And I have been in some abusive relationships before, but when I tell you, there was this one time when that dude beat the shit out of me so bad that I did not get up and I did not move. I gained about 20 pounds. I did not come out of that apartment at all. And we had money saved. We had like about $20,000 saved. So we was able to literally be trapped and closed in that environment. I was about 4 hours away from home at the time. Before, this wasn't in Missouri, this was in a different state. We went closer to home, but we were still 4 hours away. And I'm gonna tell a more in-depth story time another time because it's about you. But an incident happened, and I was asleep, and he was drunk. He drank a lot, and he did other things that I didn't know about. I had never seen no other drugs or nothing besides pain medicine, which I was taking and abusing at the time. But he was doing a whole lot of other shit that I didn't know nothing about. And we got drunk and we was drinking Goldschlager. They used to be our favorite thing to get because they had the little gold sparkles at the bottom. I was 20. But I'll never forget that I was asleep and we was on the ride back and we was in a company van. And I just remember waking up to this big boom. And I'm talking about this man bust me in my face with that bottle in his hand. Bow, just decked me in the face. And I was asleep when he did it. So when I woke up, I couldn't believe it. I was screaming, literally screaming. And this man literally just started beating me. I'm talking about I didn't even know what to do. Like I was like any other time, if somebody hit me, I'm gonna be trying to fight him back or hit him. But he caught me off guard. He caught me in my sleep. And he was just like abusing me, lashing out at me like as if he didn't even know me. Like you would have thought that I was getting abducted by Jeffrey Dahmer or something, and they was trying to kill me. Like that's how it felt. And when he got out the car and went in the apartment, and I couldn't see out my eye. I couldn't see, but I was just like, God, I'm not from here. I don't know where I'm going. I was like, I'm not from here. God, just take me where I'm supposed to go. And I literally got to the branch, to the office that we worked at. And it was like nighttime when we got in. It was like right at 9 o'clock when the vans come back in from working all day. And I saw my coworkers there. And I pulled up there and I got out of the car and I was screaming. I was like, Donnie, call my mama. I was asking the boy to call my mama, right? And I was just sitting there crying, scared because I didn't know if I could tell them what he just did or not. I didn't know what to do because my mind was automatically thinking to protect him, but he was attacking me. And I just wanted it to stop. Do you know these motherfuckers went to go pick his ass up and bring him to me? And that nigga beat my ass some more. And I was in love to the point like I don't have no other dude tattooed on me. And I'm not in love with him no more. This shit was been over for over 10 years, but I just haven't like cared enough to get the tattoo covered up yet. But I just want to say that to you in full transparency because a lot of people can say, I feel you. A lot of people can say, oh, but if I say I feel you, I really feel you. I'm not going to say I can't if I don't. I know exactly how that feels. My eye was black for like 2 weeks. And the reason why I couldn't see out of my eye was because it was blood filling up in my eye. Blood filling up in my eye. Crying like blood, tears. And I got a gash in my head right here that I never grow hair out of no more. I could never grow hair out of it again because of the way he bashed my head up into the window so much that he spit my shit. But the next day, I was so scared of him, I didn't even move. I didn't even fucking move because I didn't know I couldn't believe like he had started putting his hands on me a little bit here and there, but we would be drunk. So like the next morning I would feel sore, but I would forget about it. I didn't know this motherfucker was really, really crazy for real like that. And he took my phone and I feel like he was just like, whenever he came around, my heart would beat fast. And I just wanted him to be comfortable because I didn't want him to think I was going to tell nobody or nothing. And my family didn't hear from me, nobody for like 30 days. For like 30 fucking days. I always wonder why I never took a picture of the shit when my eye was black and bloody like that. Or why I didn't take a picture of my head because I couldn't go to the emergency room. When I woke up, the pillow was covered with blood. And it was like sticking to my face. And I couldn't even go to the emergency room the next day because he was scared that I was gonna get him in trouble or something. So I had to literally just fucking lay there and heal on my own. That was my connection with velvet carbonation, because I knew about that too, and I wanted to make a change for them too. And I'll probably go in more depth of why and everything, when it's about me. But I just want to say that because I want you to know, for one, that you're not gonna be transparent on here by yourself. I'm gonna be transparent with you. And also I want you to know that you're not alone. I know exactly how that feels. And I know that there's some people who didn't believe me. Like some people just didn't believe me and they loved him so much because he was the money maker, and then both of us together, we was both the money maker. But I started making more money than him. And when I started making more money than him, and people started trying to look at me to be the manager, I didn't even know. I wasn't even thinking about being a manager. But I found out later that he was telling them, like, if y'all make her a manager, I'm quitting, or I'm never talking to y'all again. Like, he was threatening them, telling them not to promote me because he didn't want me to get on his level or above him. And so he started having this little bit of jealousy inside. And I'm loving this man, but he's like secretly hating me. And
Listen,
at the end, when we really, really broke up, he jumped off the balcony and tried to kill himself. And he broke his tibular fibula and something else. And that was the last time that I was with him. But before we actually broke up, I stayed with this man for like about another 6 months because I didn't even know what to do. But I know that we stayed locked in that apartment for about 40 days. And then when we got down to our last $5,000, we went to go work somewhere else. And then he ended up doing that. But go ahead.
When you're a strong that doesn't have fear.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of no.
I'm listening.
I can't say that I stayed out of fear. I stayed because the more unhinged and the more he unraveled, the more concerned I was for him. I know that there are things that my husband does that he hasn't learned how to manage his emotions, his thoughts, his paranoia, his fear, his hatred, his self-hatred. I just wanted him to get better. And I knew I was strong enough to take it. But when it became clear that the jealousy had taken hold, I knew I couldn't beat it. I could stand for everything else, but not the jealousy. Because jealousy, once it's rooted in a relationship, it doesn't leave. That man will never admit that he's jealous of you. And he will always find a way to make his jealousy your fault and your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on camera because honestly, I've been over here crying.
I know.
And listening and watching. It's been months. We've been separated now for over 4 months, about 5 months. And I never realized how conditioned I had become to absorbing all of that negative energy. I had normalized it for the sake of saving him or being there to catch him when he fell. And when I look at it now, all I can think to myself is, the fuck? You went through all of that? For what? even in that video, when that last video that of us doing the live reaction in the car, my response to his behavior was almost as if I wasn't acknowledging, you're acting like a whole fucking lunatic right now.
Yeah.
Like that's how numb I had become to the constant abuse. Verbal, physical, emotional.
Yeah.
And to look at it now, it's like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Thank you for delivering me.
Amen.
Because somebody was going to end up dead.
Yeah.
It was going to happen.
Yeah.
And my survival instinct is so strong.
Yeah. I know. I know.
I thank God.
Yeah. Me too.
Thank God for time.
You know that you're a fighter.
I thank God. Because being with her reminds me that love is patient. Love is kind. It is not boastful. It is not puffed up in itself.
Yeah.
Love believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things.
Yeah.
Love never fails. See, I gave marriage love. I wasn't in love with him when we got married, but I grew to love him. The purpose. It was a purpose-driven relationship. And it just feels good to be loved back. With love.
And I thank God for DJ in your life too now, because you deserve love. You deserve it, and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see, and the way that things are going, the way that you are handling things. Like, I mean, I'm talking about to every word that you say is so divine. Even last night when y'all went live, I love that live that you did, because there's no way that people who are doing these things, these evil, hateful people, there's no way that they didn't feel conviction with that, because you was on the camera like, what did I do to y'all? Like, it is something wrong. Look at how long y'all are talking about me. Y'all literally do shifts and y'all laugh about doing shifts. Do y'all realize that this is like really crazy? And I never did anything to any of y'all. Y'all don't know nobody. Y'all don't know none of these people that y'all are saying this, that, and the third. Y'all don't know none of these people. Y'all don't even want to know. Y'all just want a reason to beat up on me. And the way that you handle it, I just love the way that you handle it. Because it was almost like, if y'all would have been in person, you would have snatched him by that shirt. Like, what the fuck are wrong? What the fuck are you doing? Like, you going live on me for 7, 8, 10 hours every day just to say hateful things? You know how much that brings my spirit down? Like, just to know that it's just hate.
God, it doesn't bring my spirit down. What it does is it emboldens me to be more of me.
Yeah.
More of what God wants me to be. It emboldens me. I know now that my stand isn't just for me anymore. Example for every woman who's ever experienced what I've experienced, for every woman that's ever gone through what I've gone through, for every woman that's ever been lied on or manipulated or sideswiped or maligned, or, you know, the Martha Mitchell effect. She was the wife of the Attorney General during the Nixon years. She was the one who first blew the whistle on Watergate before
Really?
Frank Will. Yeah, before Frank Wills, and they Washington got together, and her husband joined in,
Mm.
and they humiliated that woman until the day that she died.
Oh.
She died without her daughter. She died alone, divorced, in their place at Watergate.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until right before she passed away that people finally acknowledged that she was right. And at her funeral, someone sent a flower wreath, and it was at her grave, and it said, Martha was right. And they coined it the Martha Mitchell effect. When people gaslight you and gaslight everyone around you to the point where it doesn't even matter if you're telling the truth, they are committed to the lie. Which takes me back to the Bible again, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 9 through 12. But the core of that verse says, for they will not believe the truth. I will send them strong delusion and allow them to believe a lie.
Mm-hmm. And the delusions are really strong.
People who live in these strong delusions.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've already given their heart, mind, and body and soul to evil.
Yeah.
But to try to make me a chomo, to try to make me a psychopath, to try to make me, I mean, they treat me like I'm Charles Manson.
Right.
Protect the very person who embodies all of those things.
Characteristics. Yep.
But they were so committed to the lie. After they get finished, using and abusing my husband's name. Because the sad thing about it is, the only reason they're going so hard on reviving his name is because they're mad that they don't have control over TJ. See, they're angry with TJ. They're angry with they're
you
angry
see so clear
for so many different reasons. One, they're mad that she put her name on my bond and bonded me out. Because they were hoping that no one would, so I would be stuck in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they were expecting me to come home and be focusing on my broken marriage. And they thought I was going to come home and revive the Goomba story for them, knowing that we were still separated and that was going to get them those clicks and views. But when TJ came, it diverted all the attention away from all of that. And now there's a whole new person and they don't have any control over it. And they want to control the story of my life so bad that they villainized her as well.
Mm-hmm. Immediately villainized her.
TJ just got a message. Was it Facebook, babe? Was it Facebook Messenger, that nasty message about you're going to go to jail? Yeah, she gets messages all the time. You're going to get what you have coming to you. You're going to jail with your girlfriend. You deserve everything that happens to you. You this, that, like literally at least every other day. Some days back to back. Like really. And every time we break their expectation and set a new plateau for our relationship, they create another lie, create another story. Like I said, after today, and today, in my opinion, it was a kick-ass day.
Yep.
We kicked ass today.
Y'all did, man. Y'all did.
Minutes after we left Night and Day's platform, story started circulating around YouTube. I called CPS on her ex. This is beyond relentless.
They want to bring her in it. I wouldn't be surprised if she started it. If she started that rumor. They want to be in it. They want to be a part of the storyline, some people.
Well,
I can't say for sure she did that, but
unfortunately, these people are so turned out. The YouTube fame and making the money and getting the super chats and all of that. They're turned out that they're willing to say and do anything. Unfortunately, there are federal laws against what they're doing.
Yep.
And we'll see how it all turns out. But the one thing I can guarantee you is this. I'm not going anywhere, and neither is she.
You got y'all got the victory in Jesus' name. We got the victory in our lives in Jesus' name. And I fully believe that. And I just think I'm so happy. I'm so happy when I saw y'all doing today, the path that I'm on, and for me to even be able to connect with y'all when so many other things that you have said and talked about this in your life that I have experienced. And just to see you do this, just to see how strong you are, it just gives me hope. It just gives me so much hope. And it helps me to accept certain parts of myself, And I told you like how my aunt was too. My aunt played a big role in that as well. But I'm just so happy because I accept the mission that God got for me in my life, and I know that you do. I saw that, and I see that TJ does, and I just can't wait to see what God got for us, all of us, what He got for y'all, separately, what He got for me, it's beautiful. And I want you to know, I remember that hashtag that you started 8 years ago when you was beefing with K Michelle. You remember that?
Which one?
Real Girls Rock. Didn't you start that one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And guess what? Giovanni was going in on K Michelle about you. Do people know about that?
I don't think
they know that Giovanni was like, get up off of my mama?
Oh, Giovanni handled up.
They said y'all didn't get along and y'all didn't this and then that. And that boy was literally on the internet snapping on her and her by his mama.
Her out, called her in 18 million lies, shut her ass down, and sent her back to her loving hip hop land.
And then years later, she got that ass sucked out.
To me, as far as my sister is concerned, she's a terrible mother, and I'm not saying that because I'm saying it because it's true. She's always too selfish to be a real mom, and the way she uses the girls as her shield, she hypes them up, she winds them up, and then she sends them out onto the internet. And then she wants.
So sorry for Jamie because she really don't know.
I played the recording that I played on Night and Day because I want people to hear what she really sounds like. Now, it was funny when she was on the phone with TJ, she was trying to talk and sound all astute, but the second that I get on the phone and I start spitting facts, instantly you hear the demon climb clean out of her. And the more truth I told, the nastier she became. And then she started running her mouth and saying things. I'm sure her and my ex-husband Sam are having a very interesting conversation because she actually went out of the way to confirm that he's the one that put that slanderous comment up on AT2's channel, which I emailed to the HR department of his job.
And if people cannot see nothing else, that should be plain as day that that man was trying to hurt you. Why would you come and bring up Tamani? He wanted to hurt you. And that's
My son,
clear.
especially considering that my son whipped his ass.
Right.
Behind.
So you don't have no business bringing that man boy name up. But you bringing his name up because you're trying anything you can do to hurt her.
This is a young man, while we were married, that he refused to adopt.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want financial responsibility. Just like he didn't want financial responsibility from his firstborn child, who he pretended our entire marriage and up until the girl was 21 didn't exist and wasn't his, and then decided to claim her when he didn't have to take financial responsibility for her.
Yeah.
You know, people spend so much time trying to research my life, but the people that they bring to try to take me down, apparently they spend no time researching any of them at all.
No. Why y'all not researching the extras? Research the extras too.
I guess the facts don't matter.
Right. I want to say this about Jamie.
There are life consequences to these YouTube games.
Right. But I want to say this about Jamie. I feel like for some reason I feel like that your sister is keeping that away from her. Your sister know the truth, and I believe even the other girl, her sister, I believe that for some reason she knows the truth. Because when it came up, when they were talking to Sean Davy Way, Lachelle and the other girl got quiet.
Know the truth, which is why I have no sympathy for them. Because what they're trying to do.
Jamie does know the truth.
Oh, they all know the truth. They all know the truth. There are
I'm talking about the daughter.
Yeah. They all know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
They all know the truth.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
But as my little cousin said back at home, and I'm not going to say his name. I will say it's a he, but I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
You know, he told me that the whole family got together. That portion of my mother's family got together after I did the Magic and Madness video. Instagram that ended up on YouTube. That they came together and decided that they were going to take me down because I had them looking crazy in the streets. So they had to take me because I was making all of them look crazy. Well, you all are. It's just the truth.
And then, yes, and everything that people ask her about, she can never say, "Oh no, she was just flat out lying." She'll say, "Well, it didn't happen like that. It happened like this," or "Yeah, well, that happened, but it happened like this." So this is what I came in my mind. The conclusion that I came up with is that for one, they care about the optics so much that they will overlook certain promises going on around them that is only going to continue to perpetuate throughout, their downline, not yours, but theirs because of their behavior. Also, I feel like that they literally will sweep stuff under the rug. They literally will be complicit and see something happening that's wrong and not do anything about it. And the problem that they have with you is because it's so raw and so truthful. You are so raw and so truthful that it hurts them. And they want you to use different words. They want you to sugarcoat shit. You know what I mean? Like when it came to say that again.
My little cousin said to me, everybody was cool when you was just exposing the industry. But when you expose the family, did nobody, we not famous. We don't need nobody knowing all of that. And you got us out here looking crazy in these streets. Everybody already knows you're crazy. Everybody already knows our family is crazy. It's been crazy for years. It's been crazy ever since my step grandfather, who really wasn't my step grandfather because my grandmother was never legally married to him, murdered in front of all of her children with my mother on the phone listening to her mother die.
So say that again.
My grandmother, my mother's mother,
Okay.
was murdered in the home, Strawberry Mansion, 23rd and Cambria in North Philly, back in 1967.
I know Cambria.
Huh?
I know that street.
Yeah. Strawberry Mansion.
I used to ride 65 bus through there.
Yeah.
Don't the 65 go through go all the way up to Germantown?
I believe so. On the way up to Germantown Avenue, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she was murdered in her home at my Uncle Curtis, God rest his soul, God bless his dead, at his 6th birthday party. The youngest child in the house was my Uncle Andrew. He was 4. He was in the closet watching him blow my grandma's brains out. Curtis was sitting there in the room. The other children were in the house. And my mom was on the telephone on her way for the birthday.
Damn.
You know,
was it one of those situations where it was like that with him, like he grew jealous of her or he grew hatred for her?
He was always jealous of her. He was always beating her, raping her. He actually picked her tailbone out and threw her down the stairs in the basement. He used to, my mom, she would jump in between and she would take some of the hits to give my grandmama a break.
Yeah.
He was also a child molester and he touched everybody in the house.
Yeah.
The boys included. And these people have children, raise children with that kind of emotional trauma and psychosis that obviously set in.
Yeah. Like you said.
Which is part of the reason why I started speaking out, because I kept running into people who had similar family histories as mine, who went through similar things as me. And I'm like, my family isn't special. It's actually very common. This happens all the time.
Yeah.
And the only way the people we're going to get past that demonic spirit that happens in our families is if we start to talk about it honestly and challenge the concept of not being silent, but being vocal.
Right.
Because
you gotta
once
call that out and rebuke it. You can't just act like it's not there. It's there. And it's not, it's there, and you see it's there. And when you gone, your kids gonna see it's there, and their kids gonna, it's there. We gotta get rid of it. And the only way we can do that is to expose it.
It says in Exodus 20 that iniquity will be passed down to the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me, only showing mercy to those who love me and keep my commandments.
Hallelujah.
The commandment says, thou shalt not bear false witness. If you're asking children to lie about being abused, if you're asking children to lie about what's going on in their home, if you're insisting that people lie about what's happening to them, you're asking them to break a commandment to save your reputation.
And be delusional. You're asking them to gaslight their goddamn self.
What could you possibly be when you have to convince yourself every day that it's cool to live with your abuser and pretend like he didn't just rape me last night and like he's not about to rape me tomorrow?
Exactly.
Psychosis happens in 2 ways. It can pop up genetically or it can be trauma induced. My mother's family, the Reddick McClendons, they are psychosis trauma-based victims.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Period.
It's every family. And that's the thing. It's in every family. That's why I was saying on my other video, like, what family member are you? Because it's almost like sometimes I feel like, you know, the people that really, really get down and dirty with their hate, I feel like, damn, I can tell what type of family member they are. That's why they like your sister so much, because they may be like that to someone in the family that's more, of your character, like empathic or giving or loving. You know, I can tell. I can tell who is who. You can tell who is who. Because to be honest, at first I thought the incoming opinion wasn't that bad at first. I thought that,
She got
maybe if she told the truth, that she would.
the cash apps, and the attention,
That's what fucked her up.
and realized she could make more money hating me
Yep.
than supporting me.
Yep.
And guess what? Guess who else did that?
Who?
The Pharisees.
What's the name?
The Pharisees. They did it to Jesus.
Yeah. It was more profitable for them to turn on him.
They was cool with him at first until he went to the temple and started flipping over tables and throwing their asses out. They're not in my father's house. And then the next thing you know, started plotting to kill him and putting a phony case on him.
Yeah. Jesus. Yes, and I want to tell me what you think about this. One day I was watching live. I think you was either on there the day of or the day before, because the live that I was watching was like around close to that time, and she was talking to one of her people that be on her panel and stuff all the time, and old girl came up, Angela Wasu, she came up, right, and somebody was talking about how you still gonna get charges, right? And she was like, girl, that girl ain't gonna get no charges. That girl what she wanna be. And they literally got mad at her like, Candy, no. And she was like, what you mean? Like, she can go wherever she wanna go. When she was literally being logical and using logic, it got so quiet. The energy changed so much. Just because she was like, no, I don't know, like nothing gonna happen to them. So I see that she feels like pressure sometimes. I feel like just to let them say so crazy shit. It's delusional for somebody to think that there's a case out for Latina. Come on. And when she called her out about it, she laughed and everything. She was like, what they gonna do? Who they investigating? What you say?
What they're doing now in the sector is no different than high school. You think about it. The prettiest girl, the most talented girl they're always trying to bully her. They're always telling lies. You could go through the chat and look at how remedial and childish most of the things that they have to say are.
Yep. They don't even think about it.
Nobody's spitting no real vernacular and breaking down facts. They're sitting in there, like they're class clowns.
Yep. Literally. And who can say the most dumb shit? Who can be the most insensitive? Who can express Jobs the most by talking shit about Jag? Who can say the worst shit about Jag so that Jobs can send me $100 while giving YouTube 40% of it, and the fucking cash app sitting right there? Why the fuck would you send me $100 on fucking YouTube when my cash app is right there and YouTube gonna take $40 off of the top of it? Why would you do that?
Sweetheart.
I don't understand.
Sweetheart.
But the reason why she did that is because she wants people to see that she paying for that hate. So she wanted it to pop up on the screen because she wanted people to see, oh, I'm gonna pay her for this. That's what she wanted, so she can get some more people to do these jobs for her.
To pay money so that their negative comment can go up.
Yep.
Let's circle back where we started. This is a white woman doing this on an African American panel with a predominant African American audience.
Yes.
They're cheering her on.
Yes. It's so sad to see that we still stuck in this place.
Cam up, hoes.
Right.
Cam up.
Right.
But they won't have to worry about not camming up for much longer.
Right.
Because I figured out who the mole was inside of my alliance, who's been feeding information.
Yeah. I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure because I don't know exactly what the information is.
That person is going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to be making an offer in my coffee room.
Yeah.
A free interview from me.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
for their identities.
Yep. That was a good idea because at the end of the day, they want you to come on their platform anyway.
I
And
know.
they so big on this docs and stuff. I'm sure that people. And let me tell you, when you was locked up, some of them was actually talking about their own household business online on the panel, right? And
Yeah.
they was talking about how their situation is similar to yours because they this and that. And one of them was talking about how she lived with her mama, her grandma, and her siblings coming after her and doing this and that. And it's like, for one, their situation is not and never will be similar to yours, but they feel that in their mind, so whatever. But you sitting up here talking about your business and nobody is bullying you, nobody is coming, everybody is supporting you with this bullshit. We don't even know the whole side of the story. And the way you sit up here and lie on Jack, I'll never believe shit you say about what's going on at home. But the person who you bullying at home is probably the right one. It's probably the good person because I see how you treat people. That's being real and coming forthright and honest. So I don't trust shit you say. You can't play no victim with me because you a villain all day for 7 hours, 8 hours a day on 4 different channels. You a fucking villain. I would never believe that you are a victim in no situation. Nasty and dirty with no heart. It's like,
Well,
my God.
and that's who I turn it all over to, my God.
Right.
And you know, there's another love. Mark 11, 22 through 26. Every time I did this year, when they would lock me in the holdover cells or in the holding cell, and I knew I was there unjustly, I would face the camera. I would kneel down. I would sing a gospel hymn first, and you could hear my voice bellow through the whole building. Sometimes I would sing it myself, and after I finished singing, the officers would start to clap.
Yeah.
From down the hall.
I can picture that. I can picture that.
My prayer was, dear Heavenly Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. They are being ran by forces that they don't even realize controlling them. Lord, I forgive them and I put them in your hands. And then I would follow that up by saying, Lord, I come to you with a clean heart.
Yes.
In the name of Jesus, I am asking you to bring down this corrupt building.
Yes,
bring down corrupt soul in this building. Demolish it. Remove it. Make it in your light, your vision, and your image.
Yes, Lord.
In the name of Jesus Christ, and I believe it to be true.
I'm in agreement.
And I would simply say, Amen and Ashe.
Ashe. You gotta teach me about that.
Next thing you know, I'm walking out 3-4 hours later.
Right. Oh yeah. The first time when you had went in the police station and they just charged at you, when you got out, I do remember you saying that you started singing and like calmed you because it calmed you down too, right?
Yeah.
And then a little bit after that, you was
I got beat up every time I got arrested, except for the last time at the mayor's office.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy. And I believe you. Even Cheryl said that they beat you up at the barbershop.
Yeah.
And somebody slammed you on your back?
Yeah, one of Bobby's little minions inside the barbershop body slammed me when I was trying to get Gerald off of Solar. You know, in that moment, I knew that it was time to end our relationship.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming to an end. I just had to let it.
Yeah.
God didn't do that for me no more. I I'm just thankful for my relationship with God,
Yeah. Me
and
too.
I'm that I've learned how to clear my heart so it can be clean.
Yeah.
Verily I say unto you, if a man say for a mountain to jump in the sea, and he believes it in his heart and proclaims it in the name of God, it shall happen.
In
Mark
Jesus' name.
2-24.
Hold on, which one is that? That's Mark 11:22.
Yeah, 22-24.
I'm gonna look that up before I go to sleep tonight. Jack, I
I
really appreciate you
for the
and coming to my channel and speaking with me. I really appreciate it. And you always welcome to come back. And you helping me out a lot. And I really appreciate it. And I want you to know that I acknowledge it. I thank you.
It's my honor and also my duty.
Thank you. I want y'all to
And
go
if
ahead and have a good night. And what you
I'm a
say?
humble, I said, if nothing else, I really am an obedient, humble soul.
Yeah,
We love
I can
you.
see that.
We love you.
I love y'all too. Y'all have a good night. And let CJ know I love her. And I can't wait to talk to y'all again. All right.
Well, you can call us anytime.
Yeah. I'm gonna call y'all tomorrow.
You actually have our number.
Yep.
You can actually say you know us.
Right. We actually have building a relationship.
Yes. And you're a smart girl.
Thank
and God
you.
bless.
God bless
And
you too. Say that again.
I said one favor. Remember this. If it was good enough to steal, then it was good enough.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You understand?
Yep, I do. Thank you so much.
Just steal from you. Don't forget where they got it from.
Yeah.
You.
Right.
And that means you got something worth taking. So keep giving.
Thank you.
Never stop giving. That's where the true blessing is. It's giving.
Right.
When I go into a church and I pay tithes, I have absolutely no idea what that church is going to do with the money.
Right.
Nor can I dictate it.
Right.
I let it go. It no longer belongs.
Exactly.
But regardless of where that money ends up, whether in a negative or a positive,
it came from your heart.
It came from your heart. And your heart is judged by only one, and that's God.
Right. That's facts.
When He sees your heart, it comes back.
Yep.
So never stop giving. Okay?
I won't.
Well, honey, you got so much to give.
Thank you so much. I do. And I won't. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna call you tomorrow too.
All right.